right, folks, we're here at C. Ashley Morgan Field waiting for our Warwick Wildcats to take on the Wagner Falcons. It's a hot summer day here in September, but we are ready for some football. I'm joined by my color commentator, Shane Crane. Shane, how you feeling tonight? How you feeling for this game?
Well, Landon, I'm great to be back home to Warwick Valley High School and see my fellow Wildcats be on the field again. It's been too long, and as you say, the weather is great outside, and I just can't wait for the football game to even start.
All right, Shane, now that you're back in Warwick, I want to know your opinion. What are the 3 keys to victory to help our Wildcats win tonight?
Oh, my God, absolutely. My number one thing is the punt and kicking game. You got to make sure you get the ball as far as you can, even make the attempts for the actual point and even the 3 points, the actual 3 points. However, even though I want to see some defense on special team as well. My second point is also the fact with the running game. I want to make sure Warwick actually blocks the running game, make sure they stop the run, make sure there's no run game at all from the other team. Even speaking of running games, I want Warwick do running plays. Running games actually have a lot of momentum, and it makes a lot of value to the end game.
All right, Shane, you named 3 sides of the football because we have 3 teams, but who out of all the players is most important to you?
Well, number one person that's important to me, even watching him when they practice, was Daniel Luchevich. Even watching him, even number 14 is on the Warwick Valley Wildcats, watching him play and even during practice. I'm also told that he was a wide receiver and linebacker. He is now stepping up to be a quarterback. And I want to see him make big plays during this game because it takes a lot of responsibility to be a quarterback.
Absolutely, Shane, absolutely. Don't go away, folks, because we'll be here in the booth for the first quarter.
Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
All right, everyone, we're back at C. Ashley Morgan Field. We are moments away from the kickoff. We are at the coin toss right now with our Warwick Valley Wildcats against the Wagner Falcons. I'm Landon Komorski, your play-by-play commentator. I'm with Shane Crane. Shane, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing right, Landon. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. As I said, I'm pumped to be back here again, and I'm great to see a football game. What about yourself, Landon?
I'm very excited. I haven't been to one of these football games in a while. I'm excited to see, some of these people are my friends, some of these people I don't know. So I'm very excited to see who is really going to bring this game home for us tonight. Of course, we see the coaches on the sidelines, Gregory Sirico, Brad Garcia. Shane, you were a player before.
That'd be correct.
How was it? How was the atmosphere going into games like this?
Oh, it was just, beyond words because being like a football player, being on that field and just looking like what is going to be prepared, like what you're going to walk yourself into, it's one of those things that it's always a story. Every game is a different story. Every game was a different adventure. And even seeing my fellow brothers on the field getting ready and seeing them pumped and then looking at me, and I'm always pumped as well. And it's always smiles and hugs and fist pumps and screaming not in a bad way, but screaming as spiritually way. And it was just always amazing. And I just always couldn't wait for the game to start every single time. You know what I mean? When you even being a fan and seeing the game is almost the same experience, but even being closer, I feel like a VIP access down there. But then you can play the actual game while being down there.
Absolutely, absolutely. We just had our coin toss. I believe it's going to Wagner, their receiving. You see Wagner is in the huddle right now, breaking down, getting ready for this game.
So I just can't wait to start. They should get on the field ready and punt it all as far as they can, but they could punt as far as they can. I know we're going to take it right back. We're going to go right to the 50-yard line, but only time can tell.
Getting ready for our kickoff here, number 15, Mangles, our kicker and punter. How important is special teams in situations like this?
Well, as I said in the pregame with the Big Three, these kickoffs games really do matter, and it really does matter even defensively and offensively. Why you want to point the ball, as you see right here, as far as you can, and then you want to try to defend.
And we are off.
Oh, yes, we are.
Mangles
Oh, there we
recovered
go.
now. They're going.
And we got the tackle.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. The Wagner Falcons are starting with the ball.
Alrighty, that's how we get the game started. And as I said, like the defense, it's really big important in special teams, trying to make sure you get the tackle down and make sure you stop them before they advance any further. But as a pretty good.
Okay. As we look at this Wildcat defense, we're starting off with linebacker, number 5, Aaron Callender. And number 24, Aaron Callender is a senior. Number 24, linebacker Jackson Mastelli. He's a junior. Linebacker number 64, Raymond Eager. And our defensive backs, number 3, Sean Perez, junior. Number 4, Matt Abel, senior. Number 6, Quentin Luciaga, senior.
There you go. There's a tackle.
As we just got our first play done, of course, with Logan Connolly, defensive back.
And as you see, like they just did a run play. We tackled it right to the 4. That's all I'm looking for and that's what I'm expecting for the rest of the game tonight. Just try to stop these tackles. Try to make sure they don't advance as far as they can, because these run games really do matter in the long run.
As we finish up with our defensive ends, Tommy Ronan, senior. Aiden Williamson, number 55. Number 57, Nathan Link. And number 53, Kyle Bolich. Wagner takes it back. Looking now. Oh, dropped by the receiver as Spencer, Wagner's quarterback, had a good pass, but it was unfortunately just right out of the hands of the receiver.
And even like watching it from up here, seeing how close the work almost intercepted that's always a big spirit in the game, where it's so close to catching it, and even setting a big tone in the beginning of the game. But like 3 plays in, it's always a big tone and a big move. And sometimes you catch it, sometimes you don't, but you keep playing because you know that it's the spirit behind it.
We're coming up now on 3rd and long for Wagner. Our Warwick Valley Wildcats are on defense. You know, going into a game like this, I mean, this is the first game of the season. We're running, all camo. What does that mean to you, like the crowd?
The crowd really gets experienced and loud, and you got to feel that atmosphere a little bit.
Spencer takes a snap, man in motion, hands it off. Oh, brought down. Brought down. We're coming up now on 4th down. As it's getting a little heated here.
Oh, there we go.
A little bit of a scuffle there to bring up 4th down as Wagner is coming out the punt.
As I said, like even to see that, like the run and play, they try to go for the run play and work just snap them down. A lot of plays like that, it kind of does affect the long game, the long term, and Warwick knew what to do, and as I said, big 3, these run plays when it comes to tackling and even doing run plays itself, it will go a long way.
Absolutely, getting ready to punt now. You know, in the pregame we talked about the value of special teams, and that also goes for the return team too, right? You want to get yards for our offense. As the punt's off by Gavish, as we're letting the ball go, as it is recovered by Wagner, as our Warwick Valley Wildcats get ready to take the field.
Well, even as you see, like even letting the ball roll, a lot of people might think like, oh, well, just grab the ball and run it. A lot of those moments, like, is more of a safety precaution, just to make sure you don't like get tackled further down, because it could either be like you're starting at the 10, but it looks like they're starting like what, at the 15? What do you say?
I would say they're at the 30.
Oh, 30? This is probably why I'm back here with a TV than rather be up there. But regardless, I can't wait furthermore see what Warwick can do here.
Getting ready for offense now, as we have our formation now. Play is called. Screen pass thrown. Oh, it's picked up. It's picked up. And it looks like we got about 2 yards there. That was, I did not see that coming. I mean, that was a great effort by the receiver after, you know, the screen that was intended to someone got blown up.
Absolutely. Even seeing it myself, it looked like it was going to be incomplete pass, but then it was picked off by number 17, and I bet he feels amazing because he was able to recover it and bring his team back up to the field.
As we get ready for the second snap now. Hand it off to, oh, he's going. He's got room. He's got room. At
Amen.
the 20-yard line. At the 20-yard line by Quinton Luciaga, the senior. That is a big play, and you have to think to yourself, like, the momentum is shifting towards Warwick's side now.
Absolutely, and the run plays, as I said, they really set a tone for the game. Even passing is one thing, but running, if you just get that gap and you find the gap and you go execute the gap perfectly, as even seen by number 8. And I was even told that number 8 is a really key player as well. As much for Danny Luktovich as I was told, as I said, Danny was really my key player. But that was also like Q was also a player that the coaches recommend, and even seen from up here, it looks like they're going to set the tone throughout the whole game. With
Man in motion, Luktovich takes the snap, hands it off to the running back. He's looking for some room. Flag thrown as he's tackled down at around the 15-yard line.
Can't wait to see what the flag is all about, because all these flags does set a tone for the game and sets the guidelines and sets almost like turning the page and seeing what the next page is going to lead to.
All right, it looks like Warwick is going back on offense. The penalty looks like it drew them back. But our starters, of course, Daniel Lupkovich, number 14, quarterback. Running back, number 44, Abade. Sean Perez, number 3. Of course, we just saw him on the defensive lineup as the snap is taken. Lupkovich takes it for himself. He's brought down just before 20-yard line. Continuing now, number 6, Luciaga. Of course, we just talked about them. Number 7, Matthew Desiree. And number 12, Doug Evans. That is our playmakers on offense, with our offensive line being number 58, Tommy Ronan. Number 53, Kyle Bolich. Number 65, Braden Harrison. His run play is stuffed by Wagner. Number 70, Adriel Baez. And number 56, Dean DiMattina. How does Warwick get back after, a play of just a flag and, of course, a run just getting stuffed? Like, how are they going to, on third down here, answer that call and get the first?
You just find the golden opportunity. If, like a run play, you see the gap or you see the defense, is always just by looking at defense and just going off by the looks and going off to see what the cover they're going to do. And then it's also just you just keep fighting. You just keep pushing. You keep going for it. And Danny is going to make some moves. I know he will.
As the snap's taken, a little low pass. It's waved incomplete as we come up on fourth down. Sean Perez cannot haul it in. That's unfortunate, too, because, the screen pass, it's a good way to catch, the defenders off. But, of course, that's not what we saw there. How do they answer back from this on this fourth down?
One simple answer is you just get up, you shrug your shoulders, and you just go right back at it again, because the next play is going to be better. It's always going to be the better one. Sometimes you're off, but then you're going right back at it with a fighting spirit.
Lukkovich now running, looking for a man, and he's got him. Divine.
See what I mean? As soon one play fills, another play will happen, and it's going to come right back, and the spirit's going to be alive again.
A huge play by Divine, a huge throw by Lukkovich as our Wildcats are going for a first down, or on first down now.
I can feel the crowd atmosphere from just seeing that catch and seeing it when it comes down to like what seemed like a little hope to now a big hope for the next touchdown to happen. And there's always a lot of spirit for a lot of players, for the players, and even from the crowd, and even for the cheerleaders.
You got to feel good for Warwick here. That was a really clutch first down, especially giving it to a quarterback who's starting his first game on varsity.
Absolutely. He's probably feeling a little bit of pressure, but he's going to come right through
As he
it.
takes a snap, handed off to the running back, looking for a hole. He got some yards, but Abate could not get more yards. I mean, the defensive line from Wagner there was really good stopping him.
But the running back, he definitely made some moves. He definitely pushed through, but as much as it might be like just a 2-yard or 3-yard advantage, those does matter. It could be better than a 0-yard or being pushed back to negative yards. The more you keep pushing up, the less of a distance you have to go.
Second and 8 now for the Cats. Skating the field now is Lupkovich. Taking the snap, handing it off to Abate again. Not a lot of yards there. They're pushing.
Up the middle. Stopped.
As I said, the running plays are going to matter during this game, and as much as you might see that this wasn't the best, maybe it was the best. I feel like it was the best. Regardless, though, these running plays will matter, and as much one play will fill, another one will achieve, and it's going to happen again, just like what happened before when they gained some yards from Q, or number 6.
Oh, Lupkovich now took it for himself near a first down. Although we are going to fourth.
Close to a first down.
With about 6 minutes left in the first quarter, the score is 0-0 at C. Ashley Morgan Field, watching the Warwick Wildcats take on the Wagner Falcons.
And time is just a little bit, it's something. But as we approach further and further into the game, we're slowly going to build up. And both teams are going to slowly build up and slowly get into the action.
Getting quick on offense now. Close. They're sneaking it. A flag is thrown on the play. 2 referees threw that. False start on the offense. Now we're looking at a longer fourth down than they expected.
Absolutely. And it seems like Warwick was trying to. In Warwick, the attention was there. They try to go as quick as they can. And that's what I think you have to do. Sometimes you got to call the defense off guard, and you just got to just try to make that play, make it go quick, get the guards quick. And it was pretty impressive. Even watching it from up here, it looked like they were going to try to accomplish that, almost like an Eagles way, and do the tough push.
Yeah, I mean, I like the play call. I mean, I like the speed they brought up to catch a defense off guard. They just unfortunately couldn't get it done.
Unfortunately, they were a little bit more quicker than they thought.
Now we see Aaron Callender in for Abate on this fourth down now. Man in motion. Perez is in motion. Another man in motion. Hand it off. He's got room.
He's a little bit.
Oh, he's running the other way now.
This is a tough play, but it works out.
And we got a touchdown here,
go.
but flags are thrown. Luciaga again.
Luciaga probably feels a little bit accomplished because as one way didn't work, he just turned around and went the other way, and it worked out just fine for him. So as one door closes, another door will open, as we see.
A series of flags here. Let's see what they are.
I actually do wonder what the flag is going to be about. And the question is also, like, are they going to count the touchdown? That's also
Could be offsetting. Could be offsetting penalties for all we know.
Absolutely. Seems like the ref is also going to go check on the other team, though.
Number 44, Abate, and number 17, James Devine.
Devine and Abate have come back in the game, which strikes to me as the flag was against Warwick, but a great effort on a fourth down as they got pushed back again, getting eaten by penalties.
And that one, as much it might be like a negative thing to say getting penalties, but you just see like they got a touchdown, and that spirit is going to be alive on that sideline. Is that they're still going to keep going? They're going to keep on making it work because that's the angle. Is just get the points. Offense duty is just get the points on the other side. They get the points, score the points, rack up the points, and the defense is just to defend and make sure the other team doesn't score on them.
I do like this from the Wildcats, though. I mean, multiple fourth down plays, but they still have enough trust in their offense, enough trust in their quarterback to go out and execute this fourth down and try to score.
Absolutely. And then what I just remember from being on the full team, there's always just the fighting spirit you have. You just keep fighting, you keep pushing, and you just keep going. And every play will matter. Every play tells a story.
The play clock now down to 13 seconds as Lupkovich takes the snap.
Good
Stepping
catch.
back in the pocket now. Got Perez.
Perfect.
He's got him. And he's gone for
As
a
I
Warwick
said.
touchdown. Sean Perez, Daniel Lupkovich, big fourth down play, big touchdown. Warwick up 6-0.
Absolutely, and that's the spirit we need, and that's the fighting spirit that was shown, is that Perez couldn't make something happen. He saw one door, he saw a lot of doors close on them, but one door still stood open, and he took the opportunity to walk through that and just get the touchdown for us.
As Chris Mangles, who just did the kickoff, back in the game, ready to kick the extra point.
And here we go. It all matters to that extra point. Extra point always does matter.
And it's good, as
Perfect.
the Warwick Wildcats are up 7-0 with 4:48 left in this game.
It may be a little bit of a slow start to the first quarter, but it's okay. It's still the first quarter. We still got some time to kill, and we got still time to experience a football game in the beautiful weather that we have at Warwick, right?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely honored to be here.
And especially for myself, like, I don't want to try to make it a gloat thing, but just being back here again, being gone for maybe a year for the last time I've been at school, and even seeing a football game here, just seeing it down there, thinking about the memories I used to share as the football star or the football player with my fellow football players and brothers in line, and it's definitely a story that I always like to share, and definitely a story I hold true to my heart.
As we're getting ready for the kickoff, like we saw in the beginning of the game, we got Bennett from Wagner returning.
And for what we can see is that Bennett's doing a pretty good job. He's kicking it as far as he can. He's getting that. He got the extra point, so it's all good from here. He's doing his job correctly.
Mangles now kicking off again. A nice kick. Caught by Bennett now. He's looking to gain some yards off the return. Oh, he's got some yards. Mangles now look to make the tackle. He stopped him, but he's still up, and he's brought down at the 35-yard line.
And hey, that's perfect. As I always kind of say, you win some, you lose some. It's not going to always be perfect. I learned that the hard way in high school, but it's perfectly fine. The offense, they're going to do their thing, and then our defense is going to do our thing. And well, as I said, for my big three, is I'm expecting a lot of run plays from Wagner, and I'm expecting the linebackers to counter it and get the tackles they need. But only time can tell. And Wagner, let's see what he got.
I mean, now Warwick getting ready to play on defense. See Vichardo playing safety.
Excuse me, that's first attempt from the 35-yard.
Playing safety does have a role in itself. You got to make sure the ball doesn't overthrow you. That's what I remember.
As it's handed off now. Got some yards there. That is about a first down now for the Wagner Falcons. I mean, I'm looking on their field right now. I see number 78. I mean, Dolgan, he's a big guy. I mean, how does Warwick, play against that? How do you game plan against that?
Well, a lot of people can say, oh, you just keep fighting and all that. But I remember when it came to football, you just got to find the perfect tackle, the perfect angle. One angle will definitely take him down. And, of course, the simple answer could be just get 2 or 3 other players to do it. Well, their also job is to cover another person or this person. So it's just a perfect angle, a perfect tackle can take him down. And you just keep pushing. You keep fighting and keep pushing him back.
As Phillips and Patella are in the backfield with Spencer. Handed off now to Phillips. Another good run by Wagner.
Pretty good execution.
Going into this game, we talked about how, Warwick, they need to stop the run, and it's not looking very good for them right now.
It may not be looking too good, but I feel like that play was a lot more better than it was the last play, because the last play Wagner got to the first down, but this play actually got stopped a little bit. It looks like it's going to be second down, so it's all good. Sometimes you got to let the other team that actually have experience get the some yards, but then we always keep fighting back.
Spencer again, the quarterback for the Falcons, with Phillips in the backfield, who just got the handoff. Man in motion. A screen pass here to Bennett, brought down
Pass complete to number
Sean Perez there on the tackle. I mean, we just saw him get the touchdown for Warwick, and now he technically stopped the Falcons from getting a touchdown play. So he's making plays both offensively and
second one
defensively.
for the Falcons.
Absolutely.
2:48 left in the first
And all
quarter.
just matters. And as we see, they went for the pass, and they took their little jab at the pass. And I remember it's just, I know some teams rely more on running, some teams rely more on passing. And they seem like with the running plays, they want to just try to pass play just to get the good feel of it. And I remember that's what football, when it came to me in football, sometimes you try to get a good feel in the first quarter, try to see what team, what plays, what strategies you can do, and try to use them and try to attack with them.
As the play clock's winding down to 5 seconds, we got Spencer now taking the snap, looking for a man. Incomplete. As we got 2:11 left in the first quarter, the Wildcats are up 7-0 against the Wagner Falcons.
31.
Even though it was incomplete, it did look like the safety number 7 looked like, if I believe. That's, it did look like it. I could be absolutely wrong, but it did look like he was going for the intersection, and he did a pretty good tracking the ball. I still remember the drills, and you got to just turn your head smoothly and just keep backing up. And I remember as a safety, you just can't let the ball go over you and just be thrown to the next player, to the other team. So he looked like he did a pretty good job, and he's doing the drills pretty good.
I mean, we're coming up on 3rd and 1 now as Alexandro in the backfield. He takes the run, but it's wow. He was able to stay up and brought down, but that is going to be a first down for Wagner.
That's number 5, King Alejandro, brought down by number 53.
Kyle Bolich there on the play, on the tackle. I mean, to me, in the first couple seconds, I thought there's no way he's going to be brought back, but that's not how the cookie crumbles, and we're going for a first down for Wagner as they're looking to score.
And, well, as I said, like some run plays from the Wagner team, they look like they, as we've been even seeing, we're seeing that their run plays is catching up. And as I've been trying to predict, is that or even my big point is just making sure these run plays do get stopped. We're also just getting a good feel of it, try to just see how the other team is reacting, seeing the other team, what their movements are, and we're going to get a good angle on them, I'm pretty sure.
A minute 38 left in the first quarter. The ball stopped. False start on the offense, it looked like. We're going back on first down as we see Spencer looking over to his coach, but he's taking a knee right now.
Looks like he's just tying his shoe. There we go.
Maybe he's tying his shoe. But talking over to Coach Arthur Newcomb for the Wagner Falcons.
Yep. So that flag may affect him a little bit, but he's going to go right back. Wagner is going to just go. He's going to go back to his crew. He's going to talk about a plan that the coach gave him, and he's going to say, all right, let's do this. You're going to do this. You're going to do this. This is the play card. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it going.
Spencer, again, getting ready on a first down. 1st and 15, I believe. Man in motion. Again, another flag on the play. The offense is pushed back again. I mean, that's got to be a killer. You just got, a first down. You're looking to score. The momentum's, getting back to your side, and 2 penalties to push you back. That's just got to hurt.
It does hurt a little bit, even being a player on the sideline, just seeing your team being pushed back from the penalties. And some of these penalties might be I don't want to say harsh as a word, but these penalties do mean a lot, and they make sure the game's balanced in every single way. But just keep fighting and just keep pushing back up.
Snap taken now. Running to the right. Looking for a man. Oh, incomplete. Hit the hands of Salamani. But unfortunately, it was incomplete.
It even looked like he was pretty close to catch. And even that feeling when you're about to catch a ball and just having it in your hands, it does feel great. But then when you do drop it, it does kind of a little burden in your chest. But even just making the practice drills, being that so close to catch a ball where you're a player, it's the great feeling.
As we do come up on 2nd down for the Wagner Falcons.
Quarterback's probably getting a good feel right now. Feeling the pressure a little bit.
A screen pass now to Bennett. He's looking to go. Brought down now. Brought down by Bolich again. You know, he was on the first down play earlier. He made the tackle against the third and short for the run. He was there again. I mean, he seems to be a constant presence for this Warwick defense. When we're coming up on third down with a minute 4 remaining, 7-0 Warwick.
Bulge made a pretty good tackle, and it looked great. He stopped the play from them advancing, and they looked like they got it right back to the chain area. So as much as it might be a little bit of shaking boots, you just use his boots and you just keep pushing with your feet, and you just keep fighting defense-wise and offense-wise.
Snap taken now, handed off to Alejandro. He's brought down.
How do you say his name?
Samani, excuse me. No, it was Alejandro, short of the first down. But we'll see what Wagner does here. It looks like they're getting ready to go for a touchdown now on fourth down.
It's always about the risks. That's the fun part about the game, about football, is that do you take the risks, do you just go for it, or do you just try to play a little bit smart and go for 3 points? And usually points do matter. Points does matter. I don't want to say like it should matter or anything less. They do matter big 100% in this game.
As we come to an end of our first quarter, Warwick up 7-0 against Wagner. Again, Warwick up 7-0.
Hi. Patience. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
As the start of the second quarter begins, Wagner on offense. 7-0 Warwick as they hand the ball off to Bennett. It is not a touchdown. Oh, it has been ruled a touchdown. Touchdown by Bennett for Wagner. 6-7, Warwick is up.
Yeah, those inches. It seemed like it was, as you said, it didn't look like it was going to be a touchdown, but then I guess the ball did make it over the end. I don't want to say I guess. The ball did make it over the end, and they got the touchdown. So there's a little like extra inches do matter, and as you see, it got the touchdown, got the points for Wagner, and now they're going to make an attempt for their extra point. And special teams, I'm really expecting them to do something, make a big play, and maybe, who knows, grab the ball and take it to the other side, to their own field goal. To their own field goals.
Hence we have the Falcons.
As Batella ready to take the snap for the kicker. And it's good by Gavish. We are now at 7-7 Warwick as the Wildcats get ready to take on offense.
It's all good. It's 7-7. It's tie game. That means in ideal world, it's now just 7-7. It doesn't mean that somebody's above, somebody's lower. It doesn't mean there's a winner. It doesn't mean there's a loser. So just gotta experience the rest of the game now, just to see if those sides shift. And who knows, maybe it goes into Warwick's favor or it goes into Wagner's favor.
As we got a great DJ here tonight, Mr. Thomas, Kurt Thomas. Great DJ, bringing the energy to the stadium tonight.
Amen.
And see Ashley Morganfield.
You being in football, I remember like being on the sidelines, and when he was just playing music, sometimes it would be like dance music that would happen, and then of course like I don't want to say you gotta be focused on the game and you gotta make sure you bring your A game, but maybe I don't want to say maybe I just danced a little bit on the sidelines, did like the kind of Joe a little bit, or danced a little bit to like Katy Perry or anything that just got me in the mood, just to make sure I'm still spiritually there and supporting the team, supporting my brothers on the field that are just fighting to stay alive and fighting to make moves.
Absolutely. Now we're getting ready for kickoff with 11:55 remaining on the clock. Second quarter, 7-7, Warwick versus Wagner.
Alrighty.
Gavish kicks it off now. Bit of a shorter kick. Oh, he's going now.
There you go.
Luciaga again. He's
Just
going.
Gotta keep running. Just gotta keep running.
Keep going. Tackled at the 45-yard line, but that could have ended very badly for Warwick as Luciaga came in clutch after dropping the punt the first time. or the kickoff, I should say, excuse me. He dropped the kickoff the first time. He recovered it. He found an open hole, went across the field, and was able to turn that play into some really positive yardage.
Absolutely. Number 6 is probably feeling so grateful about that because he probably just saw the players running and just ran to like a deep motion, like deep thought, and like, all right, I'm going to try and make something here. I'm going to try and make a big move possible because it's either that I'm going to get stopped here at the 20 or either I'm going to try to go as far as I can. And he found the gap. He saw the door opening, and he was like, all right, I'm going to take that. I'm going to walk through that with the ball in my hand, clutch it up, and I'm going to run like the wind.
As Lupkovich now, the quarterback with Abate in the backfield. He takes the snap, handed off to Abate. He found a hole about 6, maybe 7 yards there for Warwick. Abate, really, really good run to get them in a good position.
Absolutely. He found the gap, he found the hole, he pushed the hole, he kept pushing and kept pushing, and then he made it like very close to that first down marker. But as much he might not got the first down, as I said in the pregame, these run games do matter to the long run. And as people might look at it, they're like, oh, well, you're just going to get like 2 yards or just 3 yards. You got as far as do the first down marker. Less work for you guys, and you just keep pushing to the touchdown.
Abate in the backfield again on second down now for Warwick. Screen pass to Perez. He found a hole. Didn't get much there as he was brought down by Patella.
So maybe that hole was a little bit recently digged, and that was like some dirt that's left behind. So he slipped a little bit, but he still pushed through. He got a little bit more closer to that first down marker, and that's all it matters. Is just keep pushing to that first down marker. As much as it matters to go to the touchdown, just getting the first down to get like a reset on everything, it means a lot at the end of the day, at the end of the night.
As with about 10 minutes and 30 seconds left, we're coming up on 3rd and 2 for the Cats. Handed off to Abate, looking for the first down. A bit of a crowd there. Did he get it?
Only one way to find out. What do you say, refs?
As it does not look like a first down for Warwick.
But hey, as much as not a first down, we're getting closer and closer and closer to our goal, just the first down marker. And again, ever so close to that touchdown to get some sweet, sweet points.
As Doug Evans has subbed into the game, number 12. Now, do you think Warwick should, run here or pass? I think they should pass.
I want to say for a run. Oh, there we go. I can think a little bit more than just saying one
off. A false start on the Wildcats. I mean, those penalties have been eating them alive. We saw that in the first drive. Now we're seeing it again in the second.
Absolutely. And as you say, like, Warwick's getting eaten up. And even Wagner also got ate up a lot for their attempt at first quarter when it came down to, like, getting pushed back and then pushed back again. These penalties really, as I said, matter, and they do hurt quite a bit. They feel like a stab wound, but you just recover, you heal off in the stab room, and you just play ball. And I know Warwick is going to just take that stab room. You probably take the knife out, and they'll take that knife out of the room and just throw it to the side and go like, all right, let's just think something new. Let's keep fighting. Let's think of a new play. Let's think of a new strategy, or relive a new strategy. Relive the old strategies and run it route. It seems like as much as the penalty might affect them here, they're still on 4th down. They're still on offense. There's still hope. There's still hope to get points. That's all that matters. Points matter. The more points you got, the more of a winner you are, ideally, in such a way. What do you think of that one?
I think it's true. I mean, points matter at the end of the day. We're not, going off of yards here. We're going off of final score of touchdowns and field goals and everything like that. But 4th and 7 now. Let's see what the Cats do.
Let's see what Danny's going to do.
Man in motion. Fakes the handoff now. Lupkovich looking for a hole, and he's got one for a first down and more. What a good run by Daniel Lupkovich.
That is the key player I was talking about. That's the key player I want to mention, and that's the key player that I mentioned in the beginning, Danny Lupkovich. He will make the big plays. He will make the big moves, and as I said, a quarterback has a lot of responsibilities. When it comes to passing, like which person to pass to, when it comes down to running, am I going to give it to the running back? Am I going to give it to myself? And then if he does decide himself, he's going to, can I run it? Can I just, where's my open hole? Where's my open door? And then Vlčević actually found that door, and he was able to make a play out of it.
Coming up now, first down. We're about at the 25-yard line, and a flag is thrown. Again on the offense. I mean, penalties are eating us alive. Same with Wagner, too. I mean, the penalties are pretty common this game. Of course, it's the first game of the season, so, we're always prone to mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. Mistakes will happen in the first game or even like the first beginning of the half as we're in the second quarter. And even like when it came to like watching these plays and seeing penalties, I remember going like, well, there's another one. Or, we could have done a little bit better. But you just shrug your shoulders, you shrug your shoulder pads really, and you just fight again.
Getting ready to go for it now, Danny Lupkovich. First down now, handed off. Good yardage there by Abate. We're coming up now, second down.
Second down, there we go. Second down, going right back with the chains areas, and it's always that good feeling when you just keep going back. They think the penalties may think that they control us and can hurt us and all that. As we see, we took the stab room, we healed it up a little bit, and we're going to fight back with dignity.
Lupkovich now takes a snap, handed off to Abate again, and he got some good yardage there. It looks like he tripped over his own feet.
That usually happens in football. You just trip over yourself. Your mind kind of was already there. Your mind is already like 5 yards down, but then your feet are just not ready, and you trip over yourself. I did that a lot during my football career. I had like decent cleats that would just hold on by tape, and I kept running, but I'm 14 size, so tripping over myself is not it was just one of the perks I kind of had. I did fight with it though. I fought pretty good. I kept fighting. I made it work. I kept running. I ran hard.
So we got about 6 minutes left in the second quarter. We got a tied game. Warwick 7, Wagner 7. What do you think Warwick should do on this big third down?
On this big third down, my answer would probably say go for a pass. I remember when it came to football, we were mainly a passing team, and we made big plays with passing when it came to yards, when it came to the catches, when it came to the screens. So as much I would like to see running play, maybe one big play of a pass will set the boost a little bit, and then just carry the spirit down, even from the football field to the stands.
Of course, we got our cheerleaders with us tonight, Warwick's cheerleaders, cheering us on, getting the crowd hype, getting ready for a big first down. I mean, have you ever felt the energy like coming from the cheerleaders, like how excited they are? Does that ever bring you some extra motivation to just, get a first down or get a big stop?
Absolutely. When it comes down to the cheerleaders, I remember being on the sidelines, and I'm just here in the background, like first down, like let's get the first down, Wildcats, and just like tackle, or it was just about the extra point or getting an extra point, and that spirit always just carried us as a football team.
As we're getting ready on a big third down now, man in motion. Lupkovich did a little 360 there. He's looking for a man, and he's got Perez.
There we go.
And that's going to be a first down for Warwick.
As it should be, because as I said, like a pass play like that, it will make a big difference, and there's that pass play that they needed. As I said, it was definitely something that they needed. They made it work. Warwick was known for a passing team when I was doing football, and it shows just right there that even in the dire times, they will pass the ball and they make everything work. And that spin from Lupkovich, I kind of want to say that was style points. That's a good highlight reel right there.
It's a good misdirection for the defense as we're coming up on first down now for the Cats. About 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Lupkovich takes the snap, hands it off to Abate. Good yardage there. Not a first down, but it's definitely getting closer to that end zone.
Getting closer and closer and closer. The numbers are going down yard-wise, and these run plays will make it a big deal, and my big three will always live on with the running plays.
Second down, Warwick. Second and one with about 7.5 minutes remaining. The play clock down to 23. Lupkovich takes a snap, handed off to Abate. Oh, Lupkovich kept it for himself there. Got a first down. But that was some really good selling by Lupkovich. Thinking that Abate had the ball and kind of diving under, but he really kept it for himself.
Absolutely. And then as we discussed before, tripping over yourself is a little mistake, but he looked like he actually recovered it well. It looked like he was going to get right back up and just push like a train. And it would have been really impressive to see him go across that touchdown, because it would be impressive for a quarterback to do that. I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm expecting that play to happen later on during the night.
Third down here was not a first. Handed off the calendar. Not a big hole there, but we'll see as he gets up.
Seeing little like bodies like the bottle like that was always just funny, because then it's like almost like unboxing a like box where you're like, all right, it's one player, it's another player, it's another player, and you just keep going down to see who's the ball. And
big down, 4th and short. Do you think the Wildcats should keep running it here, or do you think they should trust Lupkovich to make a big time throw to get a first down or maybe even a touchdown?
Well, as much as I want to say, like, let's get the 6 points and then go for the extra point at the end. More of a safety thing would be just get the field goal, because it just brings up the 3 points and would be ahead of 3 points, and rather be taking the risks of getting a touchdown and just being even in ties. It kind of goes with my big three with like the punts and the kicks. It really does matter, and the safety precaution would be just get the 3 points, be up by 3, and call it a day like that.
There's 5:45 remaining for the Wildcats. We are tied here. The offense getting into the huddle. They call a timeout to discuss over this, because this is a big pressure 4th down situation. You could either get the touchdown here, or you can go for the first. So we'll see what they come up with here next.
Yeah, either you go for the touchdown, or you try to get to the first down to get like a reset for 4 more to try it 4 more times, or you just go for that field goal, get the 3 points added to the scoreboard. So it is a lot of pressure, even for coaches wise, to make that play, to make the judgment, and just see if and just knowing that the players will execute their plan for whatever decision they do.
As the Wildcats are running on, getting ready for a big 4th down here. They're going for it, 4th and short. Lupkovich now with Calendar in the backfield, with Luciago on the right side. Man in motion, handed off to the man in motion.
There it is. It did look, from my point of view, it did look like he dropped the ball, but the man in motion kind of recovered it, so it was part of the play. I just generally thought he just dropped the ball, and those moments does hurt a little bit. It's goof moments like that.
First down, Warwick, off that shovel pass played by Lupkovich. I mean, really good play calling here by the coaches. Good misdirection stuff as they're getting ready for the first down. Handed off the Calendar. Not a good play. Not a good play. A bit of a neutral run, and maybe even back a little bit.
Well, it doesn't hurt us at all. Like, a neutral play is better than just losing yards. It's better than like -5 yards, -2 yards. Just having that neutral, make it back to 0, and just knowing like, all right, so I got 3 more attempts at this, and like the last attempt is the one that matters the most. So it just comes down. You just go like, all right, that attempt didn't work. Let's go right back at it again. Let's just do another one.
With about 5 minutes remaining, we see Abate back in the backfield. Of course, Daniel Lupkovich, our quarterback, and see Ashley Morgan Field hands it off to Abate, met again by the Wagner's defense.
Yep. So as they met and the Wagner team tackled Warwick, it seemed like they got more yards out of it. So it went from like being at 0 to now just probably like 2 or 3. It works out all at the end, and it will work out at the end as they now sit and try to think of a next play call.
I mean, you run twice on 1st and 2nd down. You're in the goal. You're at the goal line, basically. You kind of have to think like maybe passing and trusting in your quarterback is the best option to go for right now.
Absolutely, and it's just to see if Lupkovich will pull it off, as a big prediction will be. I believe he will, and he definitely will make something of a big play tonight as he's stepping up to be that quarterback for the Warwick team.
Running off again. I believe another timeout was called, but I think this time it was Wagner who called it. I mean, how important is it or the Wildcats called the timeout, excuse me, but how important is it to, call these timeouts and keep your players rested to get them ready for big downs like this?
It's very important, because one idea that I don't think a lot of people think about is that when you do a timeout, it stops the clock. So the clock doesn't run. You still got time. You still got time to work with. And then as you're sitting there in the huddle, you're not worried about the time going down. You can think. You can trying to think of a new strategy. You think like, all right, should we go for a run play? Should we try to do this? Should we try to go for the 3 points? But even as a coach, you talk to your players like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to push through. My idea is like, let's do a pass play. We're going to try to do this pass play. We're going to try to do like a fly route. We're going to try to do a flat route, a wheel route. And we might try to throw a screen in there just to throw off the other team. And those times really do matter because you're as a huddle, you're as a team, and you're trying to brainstorm the next attempt.
As the screen pass has been favorable for Warwick. They've been running that a lot today. But let's see what comes up here on this 3rd down now at the goal line. Man in motion. Lupkovich, a bit of a trick play here to Abate.
That's Giacomo Abate.
Let's see what they call here.
Short of the goal line.
Short of the goal line. So now it's 4th and goal. I like the misdirection with the jet sweep, but into the handoff. What does Warwick do now, in your opinion?
In my opinion, you look at that line, you go like, all right, I just need to take like 5 more steps, and I'm right there. I can breathe. I can almost breathe the grass that's right there. It's a fresh grass on the other side. So then it's, do you go for the attempt with the try to go to the attempt to get the touchdown? I feel like you should, because it's also like there's nothing to lose in this situation because you are tied as a team. So all it just matters to the quarterback, and I know Lupkovich can pull something off here.
Man in motion now. Lupkovich takes the snap, but play was called off. Illegal motion. Looks like it to be on the offense. Again, another killer penalty, especially on the 4th down now.
Especially.
Pushes them back.
Especially in that situation where you're so close to the touchdown. As I said, you can almost just breathe it. You can just see the fresh grass, and then you just get pulled away. You can get pulled back. However, even though you get pulled back, you get right. Sorry, I sometimes can't talk at all. But sometimes you get pulled back in, and you're just gonna keep pushing up. You're gonna keep pushing, and you're gonna get right there.
Big 4th down now for Warwick, looking to get into the end zone. On the goal line now. Lupkovich behind the center, getting ready, takes the snap, looking to pass, looking for a man, and he's got him. He's got a
Absolutely.
man. Another touchdown by Warwick. It's Jackson Maselli. Daniel Lupkovich to Jackson Maselli for the touchdown. Warwick up 13-7.
And football is all about Rick, so taking that pass play was maybe a little bit Rick's. Maybe people might think, like, oh, we'll just go for the 3 points, get the 3 points. It just points on the board. However, what's more to lose? It's more fun. Just take the risks. You just have fun. And as I said before, it's nothing to lose. You're going to be tied if nothing works out.
You know, one thing I realized, watching these teams, as Mangles gets ready to kick the extra point, and it's short, as it is no good. It's now 13-7 Warwick. But one thing I've learned, being in this school is the relationships not only on the field but off the field. I mean, I've known that Daniel Lupkovich and Maselli, they've had a connection for a very long time. They've been very close with each other, and you see that connection not only off the field, but now you see it on the field as they just connected for the touchdown.
Absolutely. It's all about family, and at the end of the day, when it comes to Warwick Wildcats, and even for Wagner, I want to assume nothing less from Wagner. It's all about family. It's about a brotherhood that you share when it comes to camp season, when it comes down to practice, when it comes down to the scrimmages. And what got me into football is a best friend of mine that I know since childhood. He was doing football, and he just told me, like, hey, why not just sign up and join with me and just be part of the team? I was like, all right, give me the pen. I will sign right now. So then I joined the team, and I enjoyed it from my sophomore year all the way to my senior year. And the little adventures, the little stories I can tell about, like, practice, about the games, about the scrimmages, about camp season, it does bring it home. It does take her out, and it brings a tear to my eyes sometimes.
After missing the extra point, Mangles getting ready for the kickoff. 7-13, Warwick leads. The kickoff is up, and it's returned. Bennett now looking for some yardage, and he's brought down by Warwick.
That was a big tackle, just bought to number 7, and I remember just seeing those on the sidelines and just seeing it up close like that and seeing the big boom. Sometimes you even hear the shoulder pads pop. Sometimes you just feel the energy coming off from the guys just being hit, or even the guys that actually do the hitting. You just feel that energy. You feel that vibe from them. And sometimes, like, you're on silence, you're just cheering for your own team because it was just that big hit. And sometimes you picture, like, what if you did that? Like, what if you made the tackle? And you put yourself in their shoes, and you just know that they're also happy inside. And I bet he's also happy that he made that tackle and made the big connection and made the big boom.
Well, I don't think he can make that tackle. I don't know if I have the body for that. But, of course, big tackle by Warwick special teams. Of course, we talked about the importance of special teams in the pregame as the Wagner Falcons are getting ready to go on offense with their quarterback, Spencer. They scored on the previous drive, and Warwick matched them as 13-7 is our score currently, with around 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Handed off now to Alejandro as he got some good yards there, but he is brought down, bringing up a second down.
And that's all that matters. You just got to make sure you stop that run play, because if he didn't stop the run play, that running back would just kept going and just kept chasing down the field and getting the numbers down. And it just stopping them right there, even if it's like halfway up the chains, it means a lot. And who knows, maybe you hit him hard enough, ball pops out, you pick it up like an egg on Easter Day, and you just run it. Almost like the touchdown being like your mom, and you just give that egg right back.
Of course. Now, this is Friday Night Lights. This is a big Friday game, Warwick's home opener. In your experience, how big was the pressure in a home opener like this? With all the fans dressed out in camo, all the fans cheering for y'all. How would you go about that?
To go about that, it was always just in the locker room. We'll be like setting up, we're getting the shoulder pads on, we're getting our jerseys connected, we're getting the helmets connected, and we're just sitting there. And sometimes, like maybe we banged the lockers a little bit, and we just all chatted. We screamed at each other. We were just hyped. I remember putting like the face masks on, and you felt more part of the game as a person. You just felt like you were just there, and you were meant to be there. They'd rather be somewhere else on the front line.
Absolutely, as we're ready for a 2nd and 5, I believe, by the Wagner Falcons. Patella in motion as flags fly out by the referees. Looks like a false start on the offense, pushing them back to a 2nd and 10, which they just had a 1st and 10, and they essentially just lost a down because of that penalty.
Absolutely. It seems like they just had to lose a little bit of those yards, and I don't know, it does look like they got to restart again, and it puts a little pressure because now they're at 2nd down, they're rather 1st.
Absolutely. As the quarterback keeps it for himself now, looking, finds a man, but it is dropped. It is incomplete as a 3rd down is now coming up for the Wagner Falcons, with the Warwick Wildcats coming up. Pretty clutch on a stop there. I mean, if Alejandro would have caught that, a defender would have met him right there, and we could be talking about maybe a 1-2 yard game.
Absolutely. And then I could feel the guy when it came to just catching it, just almost being right there, but then you just dropped it a little bit because you didn't have a good grip, or either it was just a little bit of a forward reach for him, and it kind of feels like a little bit like a toothpick just stabbed you a little bit. It's there, you feel it, but it's not going to affect you because you're going to just go right back at it. You're going to go right to that line again, and you're going to all right, let me run another route. Let me just keep running. Let me just do another route. And I'll give my hats off to Spencer for the fact that he was able to recover and just all right, I found a player, let me throw it to him. Get out of my little huddle situation.
Absolutely. I mean, when you get into pressure like that, usually you want to throw it away. As we're coming up on 3rd and 10 now, a motion. Spencer looking for a man. It is caught by Patella, but is it in bounds?
Catch by number 6, Sandro Patella.
May look like it was in bounds.
As they're moving the chains, we do have a 1st down for the Falcons. A bit of a tough blow for Warwick right there. I mean, two great plays on defense. 3 great plays if you want to, but it just could not go their way. It could not go their way.
It might not go their way for this round, but again, I wanted them to just make it where I want to make sure the Falcons kind of felt pressure that you should not be running during this game. You should just only focus on passing, and it seems like they had to resort to passing to just get the yards. So as much as they got yards from the passing, it's all just going to be passing, and that's what is going to matter.
Ooh, a bit of movement there. It looks like it's going to be a penalty on Warwick's defensive line. Moving maybe a neutral zone infraction, offside, 5 yards.
It would probably be a safe assumption to say that would be a penalty on Warwick.
Offsides, Wildcats.
Yeah, offsides on the Wildcats. I mean, we saw the penalties. The penalties were pretty common on offense, and now we're seeing one on defense. Let's hope it's not a, reoccurring, and this is eating away the Wildcats as we are at 2 minutes and 18 seconds. the Falcons going back into their huddle, getting ready for a first down.
Well, it seems like the Falcons kind of like see like, all right, we got a pass, we got some yardage. All right, now let's feel for a little bit. Let's just not go too crazy. Let's just get a good feel.
As he got it off before the play clock expired now, looking for a man. He's running. Spencer now throwing it out. I mean, the ball, you got to do that there. I mean, there was a defender right there,
The pressure was there.
The pressure was there. He had to roll
coming
out. I see why he did that.
The Wildcat was chasing him down.
Absolutely.
Wildcat chasing his prey down as he should be. And sometimes quarterbacks have to do that. Sometimes they have to make that gut decision like, all right, I don't have a good opportunity here. I'd rather just throw the ball out of bounds and rather just risk the tackle being sacked right here and then either feeling I'm going to lose yardage for my team.
It's still a shorter second down, of course, because of Warwick running off sides in the play before. But we're coming up on second and short for the Wagner Falcons. Spencer at quarterback with Alejandro in the backfield now. The ball is snapped. A play action here. Looking for a man now, stepping
here
back.
Here
he comes the Warwick defensive line, getting ready, looking. Oh, it is dropped in a bit of a late hit there. But Luciaga has been all over this game, coming up with a big hit there after the receiver dropped it.
And that's fair to say. Like, as you see, if he did catch a ball, the defender was right there, ready for him to make that big tackle. And it seems like somebody's a little bit injured.
Maybe just tying his shoe, like what happened earlier.
Maybe all of them had to tie shoes. They do come undone. Like my cleats. My cleats were actually taped up during my senior year because they were just that bad. But since it was my senior year, I couldn't try to get new cleats because I'm size 14. So it's kind of difficult to just go to my coach going like, hey, I need some new cleats. And you go like, all right, what size do you need? I'm like, well, I just need a 14. He's like, hey, yeah, I don't have that in my locker, in my storage unit.
Big foot, man. Big foot. But as Wagner is coming up on this third down in the huddle, look like they're getting some motivation here as we're at 2 minutes and 1 second with Warwick leading 13-7.
And absolutely, that motivation will go as far as it should be, and it will go as far because now you sit down, you see the timer on the clock, you see 2 minutes, and you're like, all right, let's make these 2 minutes last as much as we can and make those 2 minutes count because now we're going to go into the halftime where everybody's going to plan everything out again and recuperate from the first half. So you want to try to make this 2 minutes last, make every moment count, make every big play as you can, make every tackle as you can, because at the end of this first half, it's only just going to set the tone of what's going to be the second half. It's going to be like.
You got to wonder what the locker room's going to look like. I mean, both these teams have been eaten away by penalties, just driving them back. Although, they have been scoring touchdowns, like the first one for Warwick. I mean, they faced 2 false start penalties and still found a way to score on a fourth down. But penalties are just pushing it back farther and farther, and you got to wonder what they're going to do there in that locker room, getting the message to the offensive lineman and the defensive lineman to not go offsides and to false start. As we're coming up on third down now, looks like it's being run by Phillips, looking for the first, and he's got it. He's got it run out of bounds. I thought he turned the corner there, but we got a first down, Wagner.
And that spirit will be on the sidelines and go all right, let's keep going. Let's keep pushing because now we got 1 first down. Let's get another one. Then let's get another one. And then at some point you just go all right, goal line's right there. Let's just pass it without only 2 feet with the ball with one hand. And as you just keep approaching the touchdown and just seeing the points rack up, it's going to be a game. And as I say, these run games do matter, and Spencer showed that by just running, and Warwick just needs to kind of just stop that for them. They just need to keep stopping the runs and keep making sure this runs are contained. Not really just stop it from 1 yard, but just contain as much as they can.
Spencer again now on a 1st and 10 for Wagner, getting ready to take the snap as the ball. It's a bad snap. It's a bad snap as Spencer recovers, but the Wildcats are there. Spencer somehow got up on that.
That was close.
He's running. He's going to be looking for some yards here as I believe he got some yards there. I mean, that's just killer for the Warwick defense. A bad snap they could not capitalize on.
Absolutely. Seeing the bad snap, a lot of people on the fans probably were like, oh, this is the golden opportunity. And it even got very close for Warwick to tackle Spencer to the floor. But Spencer, I would give my hat off to. He still got up. He still did a spun move, and he was able to recover from the recover from that tackle and just keep going. And as you say, he was trying to look for somebody else, and then that Warwick player just came right back and just said, nope, you're not going to pass. You're not going to get any more yards than this, and just took him right back to where it all began.
As we're coming up now on second down after a botched snap by Wagner, recovered by Spencer, and he was able to get it right around where they originally started. So, you know, it wasn't as he turned a very negative play into a neutral play, which is what we've seen a little bit today, as the clock has 1 minute and 37 seconds left on it, with Warwick leading 13-7 at C. Ashley Morgan Field for the Warwick's home opener against the Wagner Falcons.
And this is the point where like both teams are looking at like, all right, we just spent 30 seconds. We spent 30 seconds. We see what happened, and let's just try to recover from it. Wagner's probably going like, all right, bad snap. Let's just recover and just keep pushing. Warwick's like, all right, we missed a tackle, a golden opportunity, but we're going to go right back at it because next time the quarterback's going to be sacked.
Absolutely. As Wagner is getting ready to take the snap. Snap by Spencer, running, looking for a man, and he's got him. He's got him. Patella with the catch. As I believe that's another first down for Wagner. They've been getting those sort of, you know, I don't want to say short plays, but they've been getting those plays that go, you know, 10
They're getting
yards.
like the pass plays that
getting
does
the
make
first down. Yeah, exactly. They've
the
been getting the
difference.
first down. They've been fighting. Very impressive.
Absolutely, and then you're seeing that they're resorting a little bit to these pass plays and running plays because we're making that threat to them as Warwick, and it's part of that big three, and I knew I was going to see this tonight where they're going to try to stop these run plays and making sure that the run plays don't be so, I guess, like chaotic, I would say. Just make sure we're containing them. Sometimes we let some leaks, some of them go through, but we keep fighting, and we're just making the pass, and it's a good sign, a good see. We just have a little bit of coverage with passing.
He did turn the corner, Patella, as he turned the corner, was not a first down. We're coming up on third now for Wagner. He's looking. He's got a man. He's got Sinclair, and he is brought down. Again, Bolich. Again, he's there on the tackle. Wagner, first down. Again, disappointing for the Wildcats.
As much as maybe you look at it as a disappointment, it's just maybe there's like a secret gem.
As they spike the ball now.
Well, spiking the ball does have like a really good appearance to it because when you spike the ball, it just stops the time, so that's like now the breathing room. We're like, all right, let's now chill. We made it this far, or not like making it this far, but we made a good play. We got some yards. Let's just now think, what's the next play? Are we going to do a passing play? Are we going to do a running play, or do we just go like, no, let's do like a little bit of safety and just get the field goal? But if we're going to go for a field goal right now, they're going to be behind 3 points. So it's just, do you think that the question is like, is the field goal going to be worth it? Probably not if it's just second down right now.
We have 1:18 on the clock. Second down, a lot to work with. Spencer coming back onto the field.
Spencer has the idea. He's going to share it with his group, his crew, his gang, and now he's going to execute that game, hopefully.
Going into this game, you know, Wagner was 2-8 last season. They're looking to bounce back after a rough start. They lost to Warwick last year. Spencer takes the snap. He's looking for a man, and it is off target, man. He was targeting Sinclair. Was not even near his hands, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, but the safety for Warwick really did a good job covering it, making sure that he kept the eye on the ball and making sure the player didn't like take advantage of him with the distance-wise. And I remember that being like a part of the safety drill is that you want to make sure you like at least close enough to that player so there's not a difference in spacing, because as soon as there's a lot more yardage against you, it's kind of hard to recover that yardage, that missed space, that little awkward space between you and the player when it comes to the yardage.
As they're coming up on 3rd and 9 for Wagner. They're at around the 30-yard line. We got 1:13 left on the clock. Warwick 13, Wagner 7. As Spencer getting ready, you know, to get this first down. A bit of a longer third down here. We'll see what he does. He motions a man. He takes the snap, looking to pass. Flag flies on the field, and that's a fumble.
There we go.
A fumble.
That's a fumble.
Flag recovered. Aaron Callender, big hit. We'll see what the flag is. Could be recovered. The penalty is declined, It is Warwick's ball. A big hit by Aaron Callender, sending Spencer to drop the ball. And now we see Warwick on offense.
Absolutely. That Calendar's hit on that quarterback was just impressive because he was able to just wrap around the lineman and go like, all right, I know my target. You're my prey. I'm going to go get you. And, like, he just wrap around and just sprung on an attack, leaped for him, and he was able to just take him down. And then what's more impressive that he was able to make the ball be dropped out of the quarterback's hand to make it a fumble and for Warwick to then receive it and catch it for themselves.
As Warwick coming on offense after a big fumble recovery by the defense with about 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining. Danny Lupkovich getting ready to hopefully, get the team as far down the field as he can. I mean, limited time. Hands it off now to Abate. Got some yards there. It's a bit of a shoving match, looking for that first. Looking to get as many yards as possible. I mean, nowhere near the first, but you want to get as many positive yards as you can.
And I agree with that. And then it's just the fact that now this is where the pressure is going to start because you have like the less amount of time. You got to just make it from that end of the field to the other end of the field in this short amount of time. And what would we say, like a minute still left in the game?
Yeah, the clock's running right now. They did not call timeout. We're coming up about less than 40 seconds left. Warwick, they could just run it out, or they could look for a big play here, try to extend the lead, make it a 3-possession ball game. We'll see what they do here. Lupkovich takes the snap. Screen pass.
On the screen?
For Luciaga. Again, Luciaga all over this game. Really impressive by him.
Very impressive.
First down here. Looks like the clock has stopped. He ran out of bounds very wisely.
I was just going to go right on that for the fact that he went out of bounds because a lot of people, in a way that out of bounds might be like, oh, you went out of balance, that's not good. Well, if you go out of balance, the clock actually stops, so then it's a starting point. It's not going to draw the clock out and going to go into the second half and all that. It makes it where the work actually still has a chance, still get the chance to get a touchdown or get maybe very close to it. Maybe, who knows, maybe you're going to spend the next 15 seconds getting closer, and the next 5 seconds is just a field goal. Who never knows?
Lupkovich takes the snap now, reading the field. He's got again, Luciaga looking for the target there. A little high by Lupkovich, but, he kind of took that on him. He kind of said that was my bad. They're looking now on a second down with about 15 seconds remaining. I mean, it would be great here if they could get into, a field goal range. I mean, and, put some points on the board. I think the biggest goal in a 2-minute drill is to put some points on the board.
Yeah, that's one good way to think about it and just try to, let's just keep going and get 4 more points. And it's just getting more points on the board, and it's just the fact that it's the fun of it in the football. It's just, let's just have some fun in the last, 20 seconds. Just keep going and all that.
As we get ready on second down, Lupkovich takes the snap, looking for a man, a little low for Abate, incomplete, third down, as we got someone down.
That's not good.
Warwick takes a knee.
Looks like number 8 is down. Oh, nope. .11.5 seconds left on the field, or in the game, excuse me. Second quarter, Warwick 13, Wagner 7. Big third down for Warwick here as the sideline takes a knee for the fallen player.
For the fallen player, of course.
In moments like those, you see on the field, and even being the player on the sidelines, I remember it's always just you take a knee, and that's what matters the most as a brotherhood is that whenever a fallen player is, even if it's for the other team, you just took a knee out of respect for the fact that it's a fallen player, they put their hard work into it, and they've fallen maybe sometimes to the floor, but either way, I know that player's going to get right back up again. They're going to walk, and it's just going to be all good, all cheers, and he's going to get right back in the game again because that's just what you do as a football player. You just fight, you keep going, you breathe in, you breathe out, you go like, all right, I fell, I collapsed, maybe got a little bit of cramp, I have to drink a little bit more water, but as soon the cramp's going to go away, I'm going to go right back on that field and just keep being a work Wildcat that I know I am.
Of course, getting checked out by our trainer. He's still down on the field, but it could just be a cramp. We don't know yet. Not looking great as Warwick with the ball with about 15 seconds left, or 11.5, excuse me, as he gets up, walking on his own. That is a great sign to see.
Always. It's always a good sign to see when you just see a player just walking back. from just collapsing all of a sudden on the field. And even with Sue there, just making sure everything's okay, making sure our players are doing their part and all being okay, well checked in.
Number 58, Ronan, was the one down on that play, walking on his own. So it could just be a cramp, but it's wise enough that he's taking the play off. You know, of course, you want to, you know, go big or go home on this 2-minute drill, but you can't be in for every play, especially when you get hurt, as the Wildcats are getting ready with 11 and a half seconds left. Luckwood takes the snap and flags fly again.
I guess that would be like a little bit of cherry on top, just to
As
top
it
it
is,
off.
I believe it is on the defense. Still 3rd down, which is good for Warwick. You know, getting closer as you see the referee moving up on the field. He is getting closer now to a 1st down, so it could have been a neutral zone infraction, maybe too many men on the field for all I know. But very good here for Warwick, shortening that 3rd down, getting them ready as you know to get this 1st down.
Absolutely, and then it's just, as much as it may seem like, oh, we're going to drag the clock out, but it's just to make every moment count. That's what it matters the most.
Lukovic now takes the snap. Flags fly again.
Another flag.
This time on the offense, pushing them back after they just got yards from a penalty by the defense. Again, the penalties are eating Warwick alive.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, balance it out. Sometimes Wagner needs to get some penalties. Sometimes Warwick needs to get some penalties. It can't just be one-sided. It doesn't make the game fun. It doesn't make the game excited. And it maybe just a little humor is just, you got to balance it out a little bit. Now we're even. Now let's go right back at it again. And let's just make the last couple of seconds count.
That's a good way of looking at it. As Lupkovic takes the knee. And we're ending the 1st half. 13-7, Warwick winning at C. Ashley Morgan Field.
I want to be a contender. I want a warm belly to sleep on.
A big house.
How do I look? Do I look good?
I want to play hard.
My nails done once a month.
I want
a home. I just want a home. I want someone to love.
Last year, more than 30,000 companion animals came to us without homes. 20,000 of them were felines. Let's make some homes together.
Welcome back, everybody. We are still here at C. Ashley Morgan Field with the Warwick Wildcats leading against the Wagner Falcons 13-7. It's been a bit of a sloppy game so far by both teams, committing a lot of penalties. But I am Landon Komorski, your play-by-play commentator. I am here with Shane Crane.
Let's go.
How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling pretty great. Going into the 2nd half, I got my burger and fries, and I even got a drink during the intermission part. So I feel great. I'm ready to go, and I can't wait to keep just watching the game from above here. What about you, Landon?
I'm excited. I mean, I really hope both teams, can turn this around. I mean, it's been a bit of a sloppy 1st half. Warwick receiving the kickoff with Gavish kicking it off, the senior. Yeah, I mean, I hope we can get less penalties from both teams. I hope we can have a clean half of football.
Yeah, clean out would be nice to see on the field, which is not a lot of penalties. Just clean in the sense of like fresh start, fresh air, nothing more to it than just penalties that's hurting.
As Gavish kicks it off now, recovered. Looked like to be some sort of onside. Recovered. Big play by Sal Spinelli. Really good play by Sal Spinelli.
Absolutely. With that grab of the catch and just not having the ball go back more and just stopping it right there on that yard line, it makes a big, tremendous play and makes it where they don't have to work so hard to get to that touchdown. It makes it where the touchdown is more closer to the grabs than they should. Instead of being like far away, I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, you attempt a short kick like that. I mean, it's great awareness by Sal Spinelli on special teams to get that. As Daniel Lupkovic coming back onto the field to finish his half as quarterback for the Warwick Wildcats.
He's thinking.
Snap now. Good hole. A big truck by Abate. A really big truck. That was a grown man move. I love to see that.
Absolutely. Even just being overpowered and just not letting that guy just to stop him, just keep push. He kept pushing. He was like, boom, I'm going to keep going.
Absolutely.
You can't stop me. I'm going to keep running. I got 2 legs for a reason. And I play football for another reason.
Absolutely. You know, when you get a running back, you want to have that sort of power to him. Of course, the elusiveness, like some, but you know, Abate really showed his strength there, being able to stay up and take a hit and truck that guy as a snap back to Abate. He got a good hole. He's got a first down and more.
That was a tremendous gap I just seen because he found the hole, he made it through, and he pushed to the other side. And he actually was able to move the chains, it even looks like.
I mean, of course, Shane, you talked about this in your big three. You talked about the importance of running the ball for Warwick, having an effective run game. And it was good the first half, but so far in the few snaps we've seen in the second half, we're really seeing an improved running offense.
Absolutely. They probably just talked about it in the locker room. It's like, hey, it seems like a running game, we're going a little bit low on it, and we're going to just need to improve on it. And probably practiced a little bit in the locker room, even on the sidelines.
Snap taken by Lupkic again to Abate. Good movement, got some good yards there, but it's still a second down.
Second down, but getting more and more closer to that touchdown. And then it's, as you see, like the first run, pretty good. We did pretty good. We got yardage. Let's just do it again, just to see how much we go from here. And then if we have to pass it, we pass it. And Warwick is just, as I said, known for the passing game. But making these run plays is the big three I was trying to preach out there, because if we can also do big run plays and get down the field like that, we'll be unstoppable, and we don't have to worry about a passing or a run play being affecting us.
At around the 39-yard line, the Wildcats are shutting down. A low snap here, recovered by Lupkovic. He throws it up, and he's got a man. He's got a man.
And that is a
touchdown. That is a touchdown. What a play by Luciaga again, all over this football field. A bad play turned into a great play as the Wildcats are now leading 19-7 with 9:50 remaining left on the clock.
Early start to the even for the first half, to be in the first half, just getting that touchdown straight out of the gate just sets that tone for the other team. Like, we're not afraid. We come back. We're going to be stronger. And we came back stronger because we practiced. We thought about it more. And like, all right, this is what we need to work on, and we worked on it pretty good.
You know, we saw this kind of similarly with Wagner in the first half, where they had a high snap that Spencer was able to get for, a neutral gain. But now we saw a low snap get hucked up by Lupkovic, and he got the touchdown to Luciaga.
Absolutely. So one could say there's highs and lows when it comes to football. There's great advantages for highs and lows.
As Warwick takes a timeout here, looking like they were going to try to go for two and make this a 14-point game.
Well, they probably want to go for the two just to make it tied up. Try to tie it up, make it even 14, then have that little stringy of a missed point attempt. But regardless, they're still above the lead, and that's what their mindset probably is right now, is just, all right, we're up. Do we go for the extra point just to make it the extra point, or do we just go for the extra 2 points? And if I know work enough, most likely they're going to just go for the extra point, because it's just the safety blanket, and it doesn't affect them so much in the long run.
Making a game like this into a 14-point game, that's a 2-possession game. It's going to take a lot longer for Wagner to come back, and Warwick can kind of just sit in the passenger seat and sort of take a step back. They don't need as much intensity, as they are going for two here to make this a 14-point game with Abate in the backfield. Lupkovic, of course, the quarterback, had a beautiful touchdown pass to Luciaga.
Let's make this fun.
Takes the snap now, running, looking for a man. Shovel pass. Is that good? That's good. A shovel pass by Lupkovic after a big hit from the defender, able to get that two-point conversion. 21 Warwick, 7 Wagner.
And as you see, Lupkovic really pulls it off with the 2 big plays. He had one just to get the touchdown, and this one just getting the 2 points. He's showing that big player, that big key player that I was talking about in the beginning of that. For him to step up to be this now quarterback, to now be stepping up from a wide receiver, to now be the quarterback for the team, to support fellow Wildcats, and support the team and get the team up and running when the quarterback was just not available. It's a big step, big responsibility, and he's really showing his part in his team.
I mean, of course, it's a hard pass, of course, a shovel pass, especially when you're looking to throw it over. But it was a great adjustment by the quarterback, but let's talk about the receiver. I mean, to keep your foot in bounds in that high, in that like such high pressure situation, very good. As Wagner is taking knees, as a player is hurt on the sidelines. Of course, that's something we do not want to see. As Mango's getting ready to go back onto the field to kick it off. He's been doing well on the kickoff, especially in the first half when Wagner, started off with the ball.
He's getting up.
He's getting up. That's great to see. Walking up on his own. I learned this about Mangles a few days ago. He's actually nationally ranked as a kicker and a punter. He's 3.5 stars out of 5, which is impressive. Yeah.
That is actually really impressive. Very impressive to be 3 out of 5 stars. Could be 2, could be 1, but 3 is pretty good numbers. Even so, it's not like he's perfect, but it's not like he's worse. It's just average. He's good, and being ranked 3 out of 5 stars is pretty good. I probably wasn't ranked as 3 either. I was probably ranked as 1 if I was lucky.
Wagner player is now walking off the field as Mangles is getting ready for this kickoff. Trying to play out the wind, it seems like, sticking his arm up like that.
He's probably enjoying the wind right now.
It's a nice day. As the kickoff is made, it is recovered. Looking for a hole now, and brought down by Warwick special teams. We talked about the importance of a special teams in our pregame, and we're seeing that now as a bit of a scuffle was breaking out.
There's always the side of football where you see where it's the scuffles, and some of those are not always like valid. Sometimes it's just a side moment, and you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it happening. It affects both teams in both ways. The receiver and the one who's receiving it and the one who's actually doing it. It affects both teams in both ways. And one thing that's like on the line is just the sportsmanship. The online tone of it, and just being good players to one another, and just play football as a natural like family bond type deal.
Absolutely. Now Wagner getting ready to take over this offense after a Warwick score. They're down by 14 with about 9 minutes left in the third quarter. We got a run play here. Ball looked like to be dropped like a fumble, recovered by Wagner.
That's a pretty good recovery by Wagner, just to make sure that Warwick doesn't get the ball, because where they're all right now, it's not a good spot for Wagner to have Warwick get the ball right there, especially since Warwick just got a touchdown there just recently. So now Wagner's probably just sitting there right now, just thinking everything through again, because they might be behind. It might be second down right now, but as a team, you're thinking you're going to tell the quarterback's going to be running, as you see right here, and just tell his crew, all right, we're going to keep fighting again. We got this play. Let's try to do this one.
Of course, a second and long is not a play you would want to get, especially after a first down. I mean, it's just not good. Spencer takes the snap now, hands it off to Phillips. He's got some touches earlier in the game. Got a few yards there. Looking at a third down now, it's kind of hard to get to, a play called here where you can, misdirect the defense. Like, you can't do really a play action because you're not going to run on such a short or a long play, excuse me.
All good. And it's just it's also just reading the defense. You got to, see how the defense being lined up. If they're going for, a cover 2, cover 3, a cover 8. You got to see how they're lining up, and then just try to apply that to your own offense and see, do we just do a fly route? Do we do a fly route? Do we do the pass short? Do we do pass long? Do we run the route? Do we do the quarterback sneak? There's a lot of options when it comes down to the defense, and you just got to find the balance between the two.
Now, looking to pass, a short pass here. Ooh, luckily, a flag on the play.
Oh.
What are we going to get here? I mean, it looked like a late hit after Patella went out of bounds. Let's see who it's on.
That is the question. Who is it on? Because depending on which one it is, affects.
They're calling it on the defense. That is
that's beneficial for Wagner in this case.
Absolutely. I mean, any positive yards is good yards. I mean, it sucks for Warwick. They got the good stop there on third down, and now they're replaying third down because of an unfortunate flag. I mean, we talked about the penalties earlier, and it's affecting the defense now too. Originally it was with the offense and the line, and now we're getting this.
It does seem like maybe defense is going to grab some penalties, but it's so low for them. They probably have, I think, 2, if I'm not mistaken, at least 2 penalties on against them. While offense, it was not looking so great in the first half.
Looks like we're getting a first down here, an automatic first down. That is killer for Warwick, as they just got a big stop on third. And now they're facing a 1st and 10, the 40.
40-yard line, 7:55 left in the third quarter.
Handoff now. Met by the Warwick's defensive line. I mean, we talked about the importance of stopping the run. We saw that again. You know, Alejandro, he's been getting some good runs in, but Warwick's defensive line really got him there.
Yep, they really got him there at that point, at that time. They probably saw the look of the running back and all right, I think the gap he's going to go through is through this gap, and it really showed. They read the running back pretty good, and it was a pretty good tackle from just being up here.
And we talk about the importance of stopping the run, of course, forcing them to pass, and that's what they did before the penalty. You know, they stopped them pretty well, but now they're back on the running agenda. Of course, Wagner still on offense. Another handoff, looking for some more yards, and he's got some. As we have about 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Warwick up 21-7 in our home opener at C. Ashley Morgan Field Friday Night Lights.
That's always a good sight to see when you just look over the scoreboard and oh, it's 21-7. So Wagner might be shaking. I don't want to say shaking the boots. I don't think they're shaking at all. They are confident in what they're doing. They're going to get right to that touchdown, and they're going to make some points of their own. And that's just what makes the game more fun, is when it's not just a killing game where one team's over the other one. I always like a game where it's just two sides are even and you just keep going back and forth, battling between the two.
I mean, I appreciate the leadership here from Coach Newcomb to his quarterback Spencer. You know, just having him on the sideline and then repeating the play to the offense as they're getting ready for a third and about mid here. A handoff to Alejandro again, and he's met. He's met by the Warwick defense.
He was met by the Warwick defense, and he was stopped by the Warwick defense. And it's just as we probably going to keep beating this over and over again, but just to stop with the run plays, to make it a threat to make them pass the ball over and over again. It does add up, and it's going to make Wagner probably shake the boots a little bit. Just a slight bit, though. Just not a lot.
It's easier for the defense when you can make these plays that are, you know, another Wagner first down. I guess we got a penalty of some sort maybe, but another Wagner first down hurting the Warwick defense again. That's the second time this drive. They've stopped the third down, and they got met with a penalty, and it was a first down.
Yeah, those penalties hurt just a lot when it's when you stop it, a good call, but
it's killer to the defense.
Absolutely.
Spencer, empty backfield now, taking the snap, a screen pass to Alejandro. Been getting a lot of the workload in the offense this game. He was met by two defenders.
61-5 really took their charge in and got down.
And Calendar met him.
Absolutely. Met him, said hello, how's it going, and they just got him right to the floor. No time to answer. It's just you're going to get stopped right here. And that's what it should be. That's just football. You get the ball, you get tackled.
Football is a game of inches. So anytime you could push a player back, you know, for the defense is good for them. Anytime the offensive line can push the player forward, that's a good thing because, you know, it's very close. As Spencer takes a quick throw, drops it right in the bucket. As Luciaga, again, big game for him. He met Patella.
Met Patella, and play happened, as we see right there.
Second and 1 for the Falcons.
So it might be third down right now, which is pretty good.
Third and short.
Third and short.
You know, we talk about the importance of stopping the run, and now Warwick is facing a third and short. So I think what's going through the defensive coordinator's mind and the defensive line's mind is there's probably going to be a run happening here. As Patella goes in motion, and it is a run. And he is brought down. I believe that is a first down for Wagner. As it is, they're moving the chains as we speak.
They're moving the chains right down. Switching sides and moving the chains right down peacefully.
I mean, I think Warwick needs to get better on these third down stops. I mean, The first third down stopped, penalty, brought him to the first. Second third down stopped, penalty, brought him to the first. And now they had to face a third and short, which it didn't go their way.
At least this wasn't a penalty, though.
Yes, sir. As the handoff to Phillips, he's got some yards, and he's pushed out of bounds by Matt Abel.
As we see, he got pushed out of bounds, but the plays are going to keep going. The clock is going to stop as it is because he got out of bounds. Yeah, he's going to go right to his quarterback. He's going to get some information, talk about a play. So he's like, all right, let's do this play, and then he's going to go right back to the huddle, and the play's going to happen.
I mean, we saw, of course, on the high snap that was delivered to Spencer for Wagner, not every play can be a tackle. I mean, the Warwick defender was right there. He pulled his shirt and still could not bring him down. Not every play is going to be a tackle. So if you can get the right angle and push a player out of bounds, it's safer and it still helps.
Absolutely, and it just doesn't risk penalties.
Looks like we saw some movement on the offensive line for Wagner as the Warwick defenders pointed it out. Looks like it was a false start. We're pushing him back.
And these are the penalties that are going to hurt the most. Is just a false start. A simple one flag or a false start just moves offense back, and it does hurt. It hurts a little bit. As I said, it's like a stab wound to your legs, but you get right back at it again.
As we're coming up, 3:46 on the game. Handoff now to Phillips. He is brought down. Sorry, Spencer kept that.
All good.
Faked me out.
I mean, if they fake us up here, then I feel like that's a good job on offense. I think it's a job to fake out players as much as they can. And sometimes we're players up here just spectating and seeing the action, seeing what we can do. And
for like the third or fourth time this drive, Warwick has forced them to a third down. Let's see, will they finally be able to, get it to fourth down? No more penalties. No more, short run. No more getting it short and it's a run play. Let's see what they can do here. It's about, a intermediate range. Let's see what Warwick can do here. Man in motion. Spencer takes the snap and hands it off. And it looks like he's short. Number 5, Alejandro, was going to run there, but it is fourth down. Warwick's defensive line coming up with a big stop, stopping the run, like we said in the pregame. And now Wagner faces a mid-fourth down situation.
Wagner may face the mid 4 down, like inches short of a first down situation. And this is where it's a dire situation because Warwick has to push them back to make sure they don't cross that line, and Wagner has to make sure they cross that line to get the first down.
As they break out of the huddle now, getting ready for a fourth down situation. Empty backfield, never mind. Alejandro just goes behind Spencer. Ball is snapped. Spencer, quick out route. A man was beat as he is brought down. He was brought down. That is tough. Again, we talk about these, fourth down situations, and it's tough. It's tough for the defense, as Ronan was the guy on the tackle. As we got a man on Warwick's defense down.
Yeah, it hurts with these penalties, and players getting injured. It makes a significant impact on the game itself, and just seeing the player down, and just seeing it from the sidelines itself, and just seeing it from across the view. Hope maybe drilling, but hope will always will arrive. Hope it always gets strong, and it just, you keep fighting, you keep playing, and you're gonna make it out. And with the scoreboard just being the 21-7, just play it. We're gonna play it smart, and we're just right now in the huddle, just thinking. Which is probably thinking, what's the next move from here?
Yeah, exactly. We've been getting beat on third and fourth down. We've had some bad penalties. It's how can we fix this? Of course, one thing that pointed out to me that I saw was the family that is this Warwick football team. Every single player took a knee. And, of course, now he is getting up. I believe that is Sean Perez. He's getting up, walking off on his own, which, of course, you love to see. It looked like to be like in the calf area, similar to what happened to Braden Harrison, the center. So, good to see him walking on his own as Warwick is getting ready to go back on defense.
Absolutely, and this is a good time to take the break, go on the sidelines, relax. If it's the ankle, just stretch, warm up the ankle a little bit, and get ready for the next.
As a breakaway by Patella, in for the touchdown. What a play, and we are now at 21-13 Warwick.
That was a good play by number 5. Just a lot of spinning moves, a lot of getting injured and getting closer and closer, and then just getting right into the touchdown. And this is like the run plays I was talking about. Like for Warwick, they have to get at least a good stop on these run plays because it's gonna hurt. And as much the penalties hurt, as much the first downs of Wagner getting first downs also going to hurt. These run plays will also hurt because Wagner might be a running-based team, and we're trying to make them pass and rather just the run.
Going for the extra point here now is Gavish. We saw him doing the kickoffs earlier. The kick is up, and it is good. It is now a 1-touchdown game at C. Ashley Morgan Field, Friday Night Lights. Warwick 21, Wagner 14. Of course, our cheerleaders coming out to support us tonight. You love to see it.
Always. Always like to see it. See them cheering from down below, even from here and up in the booth. Loud, proud, and just supporting the football players as we're also doing as a crowd. Just cheering, and not just cheering for everybody on the field and having that work pride in us and just living life.
An underrated position in football, I'd say, is especially kicker. As you saw, Gavish, he just kicked the extra point, and now he's going back out again to kick the get ready for the kickoff.
Absolutely. When you have like a one straight kicker, and if you're the kicker, you do your part well. It's like almost having the band and having you're the triangle. Like as much nobody might talk about the triangle, at least the triangle is still important to the band. And if you play your part right, you know how to do it. They're going to hire you, and you're going to just go far as being the kicker.
Gavish, put the ball in the little holder to get ready for this kickoff. Speaking with his team, getting ready because the importance of special teams like we talked about earlier. We saw a great play from Sal Spinelli earlier where they kicked it very short, and he was able to have the awareness to recover it as the kickoff is up. As flags down, Luciaga let it roll out.
Kick goes out of bounds around the board.
Which is smart on him to let the ball just roll out of bounds because that's just a flag right there. And as we've been talking about this whole game, penalties just hurt both sides of the team. So just getting that penalty boosts a little bit of Warwick's ability, boosts their advantage a little bit of this game to just maybe get closer to the touchdown as far as possible.
Absolutely. Now the Wildcats, their offense is getting ready. Or it looks like they're redoing the kickoff. Oh, my mistake. Wow, they're redoing the kickoff. I have not seen that in a while.
It's been a while, but hey, one back kick, shrug it off, go right back at it again.
You want to kick it, of course, not out of bounds because now you're going to have to redo it again. But again, we talk about the importance of a kicker and the toll it's going to take on the leg. And now he's kicking for the third time in not a very short period of time, or not a very long period of time.
Absolutely, but he has a boot. He knows how to kick it. He's probably stretch it out a little bit, drink some water to hydrate, and he's going to go right back at it again.
Gavish to kick off for the Falcons.
Gavish getting ready now. Kick is up. Better kick this time, much higher. Recovered by Luciaga. Making people miss. That is nasty. He's using his blocker to his advantage. He turned the corner. He's got 3 men to beat. As he goes out of bounds. We talked about the importance of special teams, and we are seeing it right now.
As you see with your own very eyes, the special teams, both offense and defense, and just seeing number 6 go right from the receiver catcher and just dragging it as much as he can up that field, missing every tackle, missing every grab, and just finding those gap little holes. When one door closes, another door opened up for him, and he was able to just make every right guess and made it right through the doors.
And the eyes are back on Daniel Lupkovich. A great performance today, I believe. He's been very safe with the ball. He hasn't been making poor decisions. I would say he had maybe one poor throw, which was a little too high the whole game. Maybe two off the screen pass that was a little low. But, you know, I believe he has 3 passing touchdowns on the night.
I believe so.
It's
and then just especially that first part of the beginning here.
Absolutely. Now the Wildcats are getting ready. Handed off. Ooh, the ball is loose, and it is recovered by Wagner. Not what you need.
Not what you need at the moment. But I guess you gotta like bounce it out a little bit from one big play to another.
I believe that is the first turnover of the game.
You think so?
I believe so. I know we've had some fumbles, but the defense hasn't picked them up yet. And we are
true.
a minute and 21 left into the third quarter. 21-14. Warwick is winning. However, Wagner, player hurt, or sorry, no, they're in the huddle. Excuse me. But you know, in the huddle, just got a very clutch fumble recovery off the run from Warwick. Now the momentum, like we talked about earlier, is leaning back towards Wagner. You know, we're seeing. You know, a stop on defense, scores on offense. Like this is very good for them.
Absolutely. And makes the challenge worthwhile for work. Just make sure that there's at least a team that's challenging. And if it's not a challenge, then it's not learning from. It's not making work learn from mistakes. And it's not making work understand what needs to be worked on, what does need to be worked on. And I bet in that hole right now, they're thinking about every step and going like, all right, how did we make that fumble happen, and how can we just recover it and making sure that it doesn't happen again?
Absolutely. I mean, they're in the huddle right now talking it over with Coach. I mean, you know, killer play. You know, I mean, the defense now, after just, you know, getting hurt, I don't want to say hurt, but after getting a bad drive, I think someone is actually hurt on the field as the Warwick players are taking a knee. But, you know, the motivation is deteriorating from Warwick's defense because you just let up a score, and you know when you're trying to take the time to brush off that that poor defensive drive, you get right back on 2 plays later because of a fumble.
Absolutely, and just being on the sideline, just seeing that, as much it might be like a little sucky feeling, but you just know that everything's all going to work out in the end. I'm going to go right back out there again and just going to make it back into my favor again.
You don't want to, you know, you need to have the memory of a goldfish. You know, you don't want to have to remember this stuff later down in the game and be nervous to, you know, go one-on-one. You don't want to be nervous with that. As a flag flies, as Spencer takes a snap, runs for, I believe, a first down, but we'll see who the penalty's on. Looks like it was on the offense.
Only time could tell. There he is. Is a rough
false start.
Another not bad penalty in the sense of like
illegal formation. Excuse me. Great song being played right now. One Step Closer by Linkin Park. That is a great song. It should get the players hyped. But
absolutely, just getting that feel to it, and the DJ knows his job right now, and he knows what the energy is and what the direction is going towards. DJ also like helps the crowd out, just getting that little energy from them. But as I was trying to say earlier with the bad penalty, I'm not trying to say like that was a bad call on the ref. I'm just saying as a bad penalty, as in like these penalties does hurt, and having that false start or the illegal motion, it hurt the offense, and they're being pushed back, as we see.
And they had a positive play too. They did get a first down on that, and it just got pulled away from them because of an illegal formation. As Spencer, flags fly, crowd screams false start. Looks like we do get another false start on Wagner, pushing them back even more. The penalties have been killing both teams throughout this entire game.
Killing both teams, killing both offense teams as where they make one big play, and then it seems like the next 2 is just penalties and penalties and penalties, which it hurts. It does hurt. It makes a stab wound. It makes a wound in the chest a little bit, but we just keep pushing and we keep fighting.
As the clock is still winding down with about 51 seconds remaining. The handoff, a good breakaway, but of course, it was not a long enough rush to get the first down. That was Alejandro. Again, good workload from him.
Absolutely. And then just a good workload on board, just stopping that run play from Alejandro for approaching and getting closer and closer to that first down marker. and it's just like a feeling just seeing both teams being pushed back from these penalties and then have to keep working further and further when they should have been closer and closer to the touchdown. It seems like we're going right back into thinking in the huddles again.
As we approach the end of the third quarter.
End of the third quarter. Warwick up 7, 21-14 from C. Ashley Morgan Field. Friday Night Lights, Warwick's home debut.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
As we are back, we are entering the fourth quarter of the Warwick Wildcats versus the Wagner Falcons at C. Ashley Morgan Field. Warwick up 7. As Spencer, the quarterback, takes that for himself, but he is immediately met by Warwick's defense.
Well, and just way to start the fourth quarter just with that sack, would you say?
Absolutely. I mean, you look for those opportunities. You look to get a big play on defense. You look to put them back, a negative yardage, and that's exactly what the Warwick defense just did.
And absolutely, it even stopped the run play because the quarterback came. Even stopped the passing play, but the quarterback couldn't even get a moment, a breather from his lineman, and just Warwick was able to just capture that moment and just take him right to the floor.
As we enter third down now, Warwick has struggled defensively on third down in this half. 2 penalty markers after stopping them on third, leading Wagner to the first down and the eventual touchdown. And, of course, the fumble by Warwick's offense, bringing Wagner right back on the offense. As Spencer, he takes the snap, looking to throw, looking for a man. He's finds someone. He broke. Is that a first down? A nice little comeback route. Number 7, Bennett. They are moving the chains. That was a first down. I mean, he made the defender miss, and he kept moving forward to get that first.
Absolutely. Great catch by number 7 just to regain the hope again and just to keep, or not regain, but just keep living on the hope that there is still the touchdown possibility, the touchdown to get the 6 points, the 7 points for their other team. And since they're behind a touchdown, it really does matter at the long run.
Absolutely. Looking now back onto first down, 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Takes the snap. Spencer, a similar play that was ran before. He immediately met again by the Warwick defense before picking up a couple of yards, and now we move on to second down.
Absolutely, and just if the play worked before, why not just try it again, just to see if it does another either better or just the same result again. But as you see, it didn't work, so we're gonna go right back to the huddle and just rethink everything again.
I mean, it worked better the second time than the first time, so maybe third time's a charm. You never know.
Absolutely, that's what life advice that people might say is just the third time's the charm.
Absolutely. Wagner now looking to tie this game up or maybe even go for 2 and take a 1-point lead. They have 14 points as to Warwick's 21. They have about 9 minutes and 45 seconds. The run now got some good yardage. Good blocking.
Good blocking numbers, and it looks like number 5 got a pretty good yardage.
As number 5, Alejandro, down on the field, that absolutely hurts to see. Alejandro, taking a good workload in this game. A lot of carries, a few receptions as he's walking off on the field now. On his own, great to see. We've seen that 3 times already, but it hurts to not have him on this third down as Wagner will try to convert.
Absolutely, and then I don't know. Number 5 is just gonna go back. He's gonna rest a little bit. He's gonna drink some water, and then at some point he's gonna come right back in, energized, ready to finish off the game.
As we get ready for third down, Spencer behind center with Flores now behind him, but Phillips takes the handoff short of the first down potentially.
It was a good attempt for a quarterback sneak, just try to make the quarterback run for the first down. And it seems like Warwick might be a little bit needs to work a little bit on that
They
run
are
defense.
short. 4th down for the Falcons. You see Daniel Lepkovich throwing on the sideline. Great performance by him today. He's getting ready to get back onto offense and hopefully, take control of this game, put it back into Warwick's hands, and give them a victory.
Absolutely. We've seen him do it before. He's going to do it again, even like it came to last time.
Spencer, 4th down now, takes the snap, hand off, 1st down again. Phillips, another good performance by another running back for the Falcons.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. You see that from number 13, and then it's just when you see Warwick and just seeing that these run plays are really also affecting them because the Falcons don't see now as a threat to the pass. It seems like the run games are working for them again, and they're going to keep on running the ball and keep running, and Warwick is just being hindered by these running plays. So if Warwick improves a little bit on these running plays, I very believe that they'll go. Falcons have to go right back to passing, and then it's going to be a really tough game for Falcons.
The Falcons are doing a good job at chewing the clock. They got it to under 8 minutes in the quarter before getting the snap off. Looking to pass now is Spencer. Intercepted.
There we go. That's what we needed.
Matt Abel with a big
still
time
going.
pick. He's still going. And he's finally brought down. What a play by the Wildcats defense. Abel brings the
This is
momentum
the coach
back.
going crazy. The spirit of Warwick is alive. The bleachers going crazy. Everybody's clapping around.
That was a beautiful play, reading the eyes of the quarterback, getting the interception, and taking it as far as he possibly could. A momentum shifter for Warwick. Now Daniel Lepkovich can enter this game and, either extend the lead or just chew the clock like Wagner has been doing.
Absolutely. And then Daniel can actually just take the works that have made place and just build his own house a little bit and just make his foundations on this field and make big plays from them, big plans and big plays. I feel like he's ready.
The refs stopped the game now. I believe a timeout was called as the Warwick players are running back into the huddle. Daniel Lepkovich laser focused on his coaches as Sirico is preaching to his players the importance of the situation, preaching the importance of riding this game out and getting this victory.
Absolutely, and just seeing the moments where you have that one big play, the massive play, and then you just gotta carry that spirit onwards. You can't just hold it on to that moment and just let go of it. You gotta make sure you keep it alive, keep it going. If you lose the spirit, you might lose the confidence or even lose the agility. Just keep going. So just gotta make sure you keep that spirit alive. This timeout might actually be an advantage for Falcons. Make sure to keep Warwick's spirit alive and checked.
I mean, Wagner just got a fumble recovery. Warwick just got an interception. We're covering all the bases for turnovers. So hopefully both teams have got this out of their system as Warwick gets ready. Hands it off now to Abate. He's got some yards. What a way to, just stay up against the contact and to reach for it. A 1st down for Warwick, a big 1st down, something that we love to see.
A big 1st down. Really good run play by 44. That number really stays true to your heart. And you just keep pushing as a run play. As I said in my big 3, I want to see a lot of these run plays. Run plays will matter.
Continuing to chew the clock as we're at about 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in the quarter. Daniel Lepkovich now giving his players the formation, giving him the play. Who are they going to trust here? Do they trust Lepkovich to throw, or are they going to trust Abate again to run? He just had a really good run, so we'll see what Warwick does here.
Let's see it.
As he takes the snap to Abate again, has a hole, got some yards there.
Got some yards. 74 made the pretty good tackle for the running back to make sure the running back didn't go as far as the running back should be going. But regardless, you make your plays. Good for Falcons for capturing that and making sure it was more contained from Warwick.
Absolutely, you love to see, positive plays from both teams. And Warwick just got another one as they are inching closer. 2nd down at around the 10-yard line at this point. They're looking for a big score here. Of course, another handoff would not be too shabby, especially trusting someone with the ball control like Abate. And that's a fake by Lepkovich, a read option. He's got him. A good read option by Lupkovich, read the defender, realized that they were going to go to Abate. He kept it for himself and turned it into a positive play.
Absolutely. Those looks and those reactions really does matter because quarterback, as I said in the beginning, quarterback has a lot of responsibility. So it's either you make that decision in that instant, you don't really have much time when the defender's players are coming at you at full speed. And that was a brutal hit that 44 had to take on just to make sure the quarterback can actually get some yards. And that's pretty good for the running back to withstand that damage.
As we see Calendar come onto the field, Devine come off, and Maselli come on. We're getting ready for a Warwick first down at the goal line. I would guess it's going to be a run here. I mean, the run game has been so effective as they try to chew the clock with 5 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the fourth, up 7. I wouldn't be surprised.
I would not be surprised at all because that's my big 3.
And we called it. Calendar fumbles, recovers it.
That was a close call.
You do not need that play in that moment. Luckily, Calendar was, he wasn't hit hard enough. He was able to recover it, but you still do not want to see that on a first down.
Absolutely. It's all about firm grasp on the ball. You got to make sure you hold that ball steady and firm and all that. Having just one hand on the ball, yeah, it might make you run fast, but if you don't have a good grip when you get tackled, it does hurt, and it was about to be a fumble. I bet everybody in the crowd was kind of just had a gas moment and just heart sank a little bit, but Warwick knows what they're doing, and Warwick recovered it just fine.
Absolutely. You see Lubkovich coming back into the huddle now, getting his teammates ready for the second down on the goal line. Lubkovich signaling to his coach maybe like a different play or, he's signaling to the coach. He wants something different, and we'll see what they do here. Empty back, or actually does not have an empty backfield. He has Calendar, I believe, next to him again.
Maybe he's also probably just trying to get that clock down a little bit, just making sure that clock doesn't go down.
Absolutely, as looks like maybe a player is injured as we see Wagner players on their knees. Warwick coming back into the huddle. No one's actually hurt. They were just getting their defensive stance. This is why I'm the play-by-play and not the color commentator.
Or they're also as far as tying his shoes a little bit, but they're just getting ready. Falcons is just getting ready for the next round because if you just stand around doing nothing, it doesn't really help the team. You got to make sure you're on your A game, ready to play, ready to be in the movement when it happens because you never know. Maybe Warwick is going to do a fast play right here, go right to the ball and hike it, and you got to make sure you're ready for it.
Lubkovich seemed a little more motivated coming out of the huddle with coach as he's getting ready. Takes the snap. That was a very, very good play. It looks like some, a jet sweep, sort of like a shovel pass, by Luciaga. Big player in this game as a Wagner player. 2 of them are down. Looks like they're good, down for a little longer than what I would have expected.
Yeah. Probably just need a little bit of a breather, just to take in the moment, like, oh, wait, I just made a tackle, or like the play just happened, and you just need to rest a little bit. I get it.
I mean, the time is against him, though. There is about 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. The clock is running down. 3rd down for Warwick. I don't know if staying, I think getting up as soon as possible
is the A game.
Is the A game. You don't want to waste any time, but of course, you don't want to get up too early just in case you feel something. Lubkovich now motioning Calendar to the other side, motioning again Luciaga. Lubkovich looking to throw. That was incomplete. Looks like a miscommunication by the quarterback and the receiver, Perez.
Could be a miscommunication. Could be like a little bit of a short throw. Maybe not a good, decent throw, but Lubkovich made pretty good plays in the beginning, so it kind of balances out a little bit with his one bad play. Not all plays are going to be perfect, and we could say right here, as much as it might seem like it hurts, and we're on fourth down, as we speak, so it might hurt, but it makes the game a little bit fun and more exciting.
I do like the decision in going for it on 4th down because you are close enough to the goal line where you can get a play off. Miscommunications happen all the time as Lubkovich takes the snap, looking to go for himself now. And he's got a man!
There's the Ricks. The bigger Ricks, the bigger the reward.
Luciaga again. Lubkovich again. Big 4th down, big throw.
And that's the biggest play for Lucky right now. As we stated, he's been a step-up quarterback for this team. He was stepped up, and he's really showing his role right now and his quarterback abilities and even responsibility.
What we just saw right now, Warwick now 27-14. Daniel Lovkovich may have just stuck the dagger in Wagner's heart, sending them home with a loss on their schedule.
Absolutely, and a lot of those ruins with penalties and all that. So this dagger rating is probably going to hurt a lot more than these penalties we've been seeing tonight.
Absolutely. Warwick looks like they're going 4-2 here. I mean, if you can make this, a 15-point game, that means Wagner is going to have to go for 2 in the event that they do score. Well, now will they do it the first time? And, if they miss, then it's a 9-point game. So I think going 4-2 is a risky decision, but it's a decision that I like to make this, a 3-point or a 3-possession game.
Absolutely, but we've seen this risk play out for Warwick, so who knows?
Lukovic shakes the snap, looking to throw, and it is complete. 2-point conversion. Perez got him on the touchdown earlier in the game, and now he's got him on the 2-point. Warwick takes the 15-point lead against Wagner.
And we look to see these risks where it's like, you know what? Let's go for 2. Let's have some fun tonight. Go for 2 points. If we don't do it, we're still above the scoreboard. We still have the points to recover and still points to be relaxed and chill and enjoy the rest of the night of football.
Of course, I mean, we talked about this in the pregame. We said the key player in this game was Daniel Lovkovich. Pressure on him. Defensive player, wide receiver, turned quarterback. About a couple weeks ago, he switched to quarterback, and now he's starting his first game, Friday Night Lights. Pressure on him, and he is absolutely delivering tonight.
Absolutely. And you said this is the first game for Warwick, correct?
Yes.
So absolutely, the pressure's on being the first game, the first night under Friday Night Lights. It's a lot of pressure, and even when you have the quarterback and you've been practicing all summer, and then now you have to switch into a new quarterback, Warwick seems like Warwick has the beneficial right now, and just having that best quarterback for them on this team. The best quarterback of number 14, 14, Lovkovich.
We are seeing a great performance by Lovkovich right now. Mangles getting ready to kick off as we have 3 minutes and 53 seconds remaining. Warwick up 29-14, in a Friday Night Lights game here at C. Ashley Morgan Field.
Were you trying to just do math right there of how much points they were ahead?
Nah, I thought they had 35. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, okay. It seems like you're trying to do math, and then it just seemed like they kind of went. But at least we know they're above, though.
Yeah, I mean, home team winning. We're all in a good mood. The crowd is absolutely blown up tonight. Mangles now short kick recovered by Wagner. We saw this similarly earlier with Sal Spinelli. He had the awareness to get a low kick like that, and now we see that from Wagner as they need to take control of this ball game because they are down by 3 possessions. They need an opportunity to win.
Absolutely, being 15 points ahead, Wagner needs to make some big decisions here tonight. Would you say so?
Absolutely. I mean, they've been kind of run heavy today. I mean, they've gotten a rushing touchdown. The other one. They've been sort of run heavy this game, but you can't do that with the clock against your back, with the score against your back. You need to go out and you need to sling the rock.
Absolutely, the faster the better.
As they do look to pass here, Spencer flips the ball, looks for a man, and it's intercepted.
That's gonna
Chris
hurt.
Luciaga again. All over this game as Warwick with the second interception in the second drive, taking a commanding lead over the Wagner Falcons.
Absolutely. He's doing his best. He's having a night right now, number 6. I bet he is with these plays, with the running plays, with the passing plays, with his interception plays that we just seen here. It's all going well for him and even for the Warwick team.
I mean, now Warwick, they can kind of sit back. They can be comfortable with running on first and second down. They have the time. The time is in their favor. Wagner, of course, they still have the timeouts they can run, and they have the 2-minute warning. But when you're down 3 possessions, it's a 3-possession ball game, and you just turn the ball over, it's a momentum killer. I mean, Lovkovich now, he's getting ready.
Absolutely might be a killer, but Falcon might come back in this one.
Hand off to Sal Spinelli now. He found a hole. He got some yards there.
Oh.
Sal Spinelli.
You love to see it. I mean, Sal Spinelli, senior, excuse me, it's good to see him in the game. I think Warwick, they know, let's give our other running back some opportunities. Let's let Abate sit. Let's give him some time. He had a really good game. Let's give Callender some time. I mean, shake off that fumble, although he did do that.
As I said, just shake out the fumble a little bit. Look at where we are underneath the Friday night lights. We're up. We're just having some fun. We're going to get relaxed, comfortable, have a blanket over us, and enjoy our time here.
Absolutely. I mean, under these bright lights, we have seen a great performance by Daniel Lupkovich. We've seen a great performance by Abate. So now, as they try to run this clock out, hand it off again to Spinelli, got some yards again, facing a third down. I mean, they could run again on this third down. They could run it. They got 2 minutes and 27 seconds remaining, 38 on the play clock, so they could just wait until this 2-minute warning.
Absolutely.
But I believe Wagner did just call a timeout to try to prevent that 2-minute warning.
And that's a fair, good call on Wagner to do that. Just to regroup with his troops. So all right, it seems like we're going to go into the 2-minute warning. I want to just try to make something big here before we go back before we go in the 2-minute warning. Just only have 2 minutes left to play. Let's try to make the last 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds of this moment count before we go into that 2-minute warning.
Absolutely. I believe, the coach right now, Coach Newcomb, he needs to put heart into these players. He needs to give them hope.
Absolutely, and then you even see works out of it, just seeing the pride, seeing the joy of it, and just all right, let's just have fun tonight. Let's relax. Let's just enjoy our times. If you make a bad play, make a bad play. It happens. Just move on. It's just all about fun here at the end of the night.
Absolutely. I mean, this is football. Football is, it is meant to have fun, and I believe Warwick, they'll be going home happy tonight as Lupkovich hands it off again on third down, and that is maybe short, could be a first. Christian Perrone carrying that. They are short, unfortunately, but they could sit back in the driver's seat. They can run it again. If they want to pass, they can.
Yeah, why not? Just do it for the fun of it, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the clock is stopped. Wagner did call another timeout to try to prevent this 2-minute warning because they want the ball in their hands. But Warwick now facing a fourth down. Who knows? Maybe they can kick a field goal. And we can make this, a much,
deeper
a bigger game. 32-14. We could do that, or we could just go for it.
That's also fair to say, but it's also like the timeouts do also hurt because now you're just not really like wasting it, but now you're gonna lose these timeouts. I'm trying to say these timeouts are gonna hurt a little bit because now you don't have a lot of timeouts even after for the 2-minute warning. So then everyone has to count after that point. After these timeouts.
As you heard from Mr. Candia on the intercom announcing that the Chargers are beating the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL right now. Lupkovich now takes the snap, hands it off to Perrone, I believe, and met immediately. I don't believe he's going to get the first there. Unfortunate, but the ball is now back in Wagner's hands. As 2 on Wagner. Oho is limping. Very unfortunate to see, but now Wagner is coming back on offense. They need to get big plays here. The quarterback, Spencer, needs to keep his eyes downfield and try to make these big plays.
Absolutely. Just have that mindset, just going all right, time might be a little bit against me right now, but I know my goal in mind. It's not about trying to get as much time as I can. It's just about, let me just get this ball to the touchdown zone. If I just get it right down there, it'll be fine. Everything will be all good. Then rather just worry about the time, worry about the stress, worry about the anxiety, and worry about the pressure that's being put onto me right now.
Absolutely. I mean, Wagner now, 2 interceptions in the fourth quarter, not what you were looking for, but now they have an opportunity to get back into the game. It's a long road, but we have to have trust, as Spencer is looking deep, and it is incomplete.
That was incomplete, and that does hurt, but I will give credit for Wagner to at least get the attempt out there. Do a Hail Mary, just try to get something out of it before the 2-minute warning.
I mean, I love that play. I believe that was Matt Finnerty making the good play there, keeping his eyes on the receiver and forcing an incomplete pass. I mean, it was good contact. You got to try to make this you got to make it hard for them.
Absolutely. You can't make everything easy. You got to make sure it's a challenge. You got to make sure you have fun. And if it's too easy, then it's not really too fun. So.
Absolutely. I mean, the pressure now on Wagner, second down, wanting to keep their eyes downfield, wanting to get a deep pass as Spencer takes it, drops back, looking for a man, and he does get him. He does have Patella. Did he get out of bounds, though, because we are now at 1:44 in the clock.
That's a good call not good call from the ref, I'm not trying to say, but from the player to actually go out of bounds and make sure the clock stops and just make sure they have that time now to breathe and to relax and all right, let's just keep going from this point. It's only one goal in mind, one mindset in mind. It's just get to the other side.
I mean, football, you want to have this mentality that like one drive at a time. But when you're down this big in this situation, you can't just take it one drive at a time because you are now down. You need 3 drives in 1:44 remaining to score. As Spencer, he does take the snap. He is looking. He did find a man. He did break away, but he did smartly run out of bounds. That is Riho, as the chains are beginning to move.
Absolutely. And with your comment about saying, it's not really a good time to just think about, one drive at a time, you can technically do it, but you just got to make sure you do it quickly as possible. You can't just sit on there. You can't drag it out. You got to go boom, 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 boom. You got to keep moving the chains up and up and up. One mistake, a fumble or interception or anything, will cause momentum and a shift and turn. Absolutely.
I mean, a turnover here basically means the ball game's over. Just a couple of knees and we're sealing it. As Spencer takes the snap, gets drilled, believe, a good hurry, forcing him to make a throw that ended up incomplete by the Warwick defense.
Absolutely, that's a good call for Spencer, number 0, just to make that call, just throw it, because it's either that you hold on to it, you can get stopped right there, and the ball gets landed right there, or either you throw it and you just try it again in the next run.
Now they are facing a second down. Clock is against them. Minute 28 remaining.
A minute and 20 seconds. As much as it may seem short, they can definitely pull something off here. Miracles can happen.
I mean, Warwick right now, they could, blitz. They could do a 3-man rush. They could just focus on the pass, which gives them, as that is incomplete. Spencer threw it incomplete to Sinclair. Could not get it there. But as I was saying, Warwick, they could do a 3-man rush, or they could blitz them. They have a lot of options right now. The cards are in their favor as Wagner tries to get this game back in their hands.
Absolutely. And you also hear the Warwick cheerleaders in the background cheering on, showing the pride, and just you hear in the background, and as much as you might not be there to see it, it's just a great feeling just knowing that there's still Warwick pride all around, from the bleachers to the sidelines to the coaches to even on the track field with the cheerleaders.
Absolutely. I mean, credit to the cheerleaders, giving the motivation to our players. And now Spencer scanning down the field, motioning, trying to get a play to go there. As he does going. He takes it himself. He gets good yardage there.
Absolutely. If you find your own opportunity, just why not take it? Why not just, if you see it yourself, just go for it. Rather just try to rely on somebody else and take that risk of throwing it, why not just take it in yourself?
I mean, I noticed that he was, trying to get a play off, get the receiver to motion up. He could have meant that as, you're open if you go up, or keep going up. I want this, defensive back.
I want the defender to keep moving up.
Keep moving up, exactly.
Absolutely. And as you say, it made it seem like he was just wanting to throw the ball, just go as far as he can. So it might also just confuse the defenders a little bit. And it worked out in his favor in such a way.
Minute 4 left. Wagner down 15, 29-14. Again, Spencer keeps it for himself again. Gets a few yards there, but it's not enough to bring them back into this game. Spencer needs to keep his eyes downfield.
Absolutely, and he's definitely had that mentality. He's still pushing. He's still fighting. He hasn't given up yet. As we see, he ran the ball for himself twice. He's been making pass plays, and some of those were connected. The one was incomplete. He's still going for it.
Now gets the snap, looking left, trying to make something happen with his legs here, trying to find a man, and he finds a receiver. He finds Patella and Patella is moving. Patella is moving.
He's not going down yet.
I don't know if that was a more of a design play, just keep backing up and look for the screen, or Patella was just right there, like right guy, right time.
Absolutely. Improvising is also a great part of football when when a moment seems like it's going to be destroyed or a moment is going to be
as the clock runs
canceled.
down. As the clock runs down, 10 seconds left. I don't think Wagner's going to get another play off, which means they do get the play off. They have to look here. Hail Mary, incomplete, and that will be the game. The Warwick Wildcats have defeated the Wagner Falcons 29-14.
It was a really great game to watch, and it was amazing to see it from both ends. Seeing even though we're seeing a lot of penalties tonight, even though we saw a lot of those penalties hurting us, it even seemed like it didn't really matter for Warwick. Warwick still came out with the victory tonight.
Absolutely. We will be. Do not go away anywhere yet. We will be back soon with our post-game interview.
Mike Rowe on the student organization known as Skills USA.
Well, everybody talks about high unemployment. It seems to me that the real problem is the skills gap. There are opportunities available, millions of them. Skills USA is on the front line. They're encouraging soft skills, specific skills. They're the connective tissue in between the opportunities that exist and the hopes that a lot of parents and kids have for their own future.
Learn more at skillsusa.org and microworks.org.
Skills USA, champions at work.
I'm back at C. Ashley Morgan Field. The Warwick Wildcats defeated the Wagner Falcons 29-14. We brought on first game as a varsity player, first game as a quarterback in high school, Danny Lubkovich. Danny, how you feeling tonight?
I feel really good. I mean, we beat them down. We go to practice every day. We work. Hard work pays off.
Okay, hard work pays off. I like that. Now, how much preparation went into this game for you? I mean, you play as a receiver, you play as an outside linebacker, and now you're playing as a quarterback. So what's going through your head as you realize you're going to be the QB1 for this team this week?
Well, I only got 11 practice days for this game. You got to be focused and on practice. You got to be locked into every single play. You got to know every formation. You got to know every read. You got to know who to read. It's a lot to deal with, but you got to ask questions. It's a whole lot, but, show up every day. Keep on working hard.
And, of course, with me, my color commentator, Shane Crane. Shane, what were your thoughts on the game tonight?
Well, my thoughts on the game tonight was just outstanding because just seeing that quarterback, the step-up quarterback, just make a lot of big plays, a lot of big moments in his game under these Friday night lights. Just seeing a lot of big plays, seeing the score being 29-14 right now. Just amazing, tremendous feel, and just especially being back right here, just experience it one more time and hopefully maybe more in the future.
Absolutely. Again, guys, one more time. Warwick defeats the Wagner Falcons 29-14 in C. Ashley Morgan Field under the Friday night lights. We'll see y'all next time. Goodbye and good night.